coochie. I need a coochie, you know.
Well, that's not a coochie.
It's on. There's nobody on though.
But it's not a coochie.
Well, you know what I meant, koozie.
It's a
whatever the hell.
koozie, not a coochie. He needs a coochie, that's for damn sure. He needs a coochie. Anybody know where he can get that at? Coochie coochie. Coochie coochie coo. Hey Jarvis. Dan needs a coochie, you guys.
Are you ready?
Yeah, they're on. I gotta go get something real quick. Coochie coo. Coochie.
Well, a koozie.
Oh,
I need me a koozie. And I got me one. And it's fitting because it is Alzheimer's Awareness Month.
coochie coochie coo.
We're gonna be trying to raise money
Coochie coochie
for
coo.
Alzheimer's.
Hi, Darls.
We're doing our part.
I need my glasses, but I don't feel like getting up again. Coochie coochie coo. No, don't. Yeah, well, that's fine.
Coochie,
Watching
coochie,
the card game.
Isn't there a song that cuckoo, cuckoo?
No, coochie coochie.
Cuckoo, cuckoo, what's that? Is that Simon and Garfunkel?
I don't know.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Rebecca, I've been doing member only lives. You missed one last night.
Cuckoo,
Hi, C.
cuckoo.
Hi, C. Hey, Marion.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. Giants won.
I have been doing them.
First time in the 6
Rebecca.
games.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hey, Shells. Nope, no can do. You can sell me $100 though. Hello, Patricia.
What's Zelle?
It's Cash App. Hi, Maria. How are ya? Hello, folks.
How do you deal with
Dan,
a girl like Maria?
Bunny wants to know what your latest weight loss secret is.
And my weight loss is on track. Again, I'm
No,
very
what your
early on.
what your secret is to weight loss.
Well, what you want to do to get weight loss, this is my secret, and I'll tell you what's going on. I'm using reverse psychology. I'm gaining a little bit of weight so that I get motivated. You have to motivate yourself. You can't just say, I'm going to go on a diet tomorrow. You got to eat like crazy for like 2 weeks, and then you look and you go, wow, I'm really putting on some weight. I'm going to have to go on a diet. So all I'm doing is fortifying my effort. I'm making my effort stronger by putting on a few pounds at the beginning so that I'm motivated to finish strong.
Hi, Rita. Oh, hi, Maribel.
Hey, Robbie.
He can sweat it off. Oh, you guys, it's hot as shit.
The reason that I'm gaining weight is, there's one reason. It's quite simple. We don't have as much sex anymore. That was like 400 calories every time. And it, you know, like and then your heart continues to beat fast afterwards, and you're not as hungry. I mean, they're really, I think that healthy sex should be a part of any diet. I think it should be a really important part of the diet. And I think you should talk about that with your partner. You go, hey, I'm going to try and lose some weight. I know what will make this easier. More sex. That's my diet plan. I mean, if you talk to health experts and doctors, they will tell you the same thing.
And once again,
do it.
Once again, he's
guys.
blaming
Do it
me,
more.
right? Once again,
You will
it's
be
my
much
fault.
healthier.
Not only am I giving
I
him
didn't
less
say that.
sex,
I didn't
but
say
I'm
that.
also.
I never said that.
But I'm
Maybe
also.
it's me. Maybe I'm the one that says, you know what? Sex is overrated. You don't need to do it that much. It could be me. I didn't say you. I just said we weren't having as much. And that's probably why I'm gaining weight.
He also says I dry his clothes to shrink them. So.
Well, she definitely shrinks my clothes, and that does not help. And I know she does it to try and help me and encourage me to lose weight, but you know, I think the first track is better. You know, you catch more with honey than whatever else you use, turpentine.
Typical.
I don't know what that saying goes, but segs, I think is the number one thing. Anytime you want to lose weight.
Y'all who think I need a younger guy, no. I don't. Nobody wants a younger guy at my age at all. Talk about this every morning. 50-plus-year-olds do not want older men, younger men. No, we're not looking for the stallion who goes and goes and goes and doesn't stop. Hell no. We don't need that. Very few of us want that. If Dan died tomorrow, I would not want a stallion. I would have to look for somebody like 60 that could barely get it up and take a little less time, or maybe not even be interested in it.
I want the stallion. What's the female version of the stallion? Mrs. Stallion. I don't know what you refer to them, but I want the. I would if she died, definitely looking for this.
I swear to God, all the younger guys who come in here and
is.
they're like, I think you need a younger man. No, 50-year-old me does not want a younger man. For the fuck's sake. I told you it's like 30 seconds. If you can give me 30 seconds apiece, fine. Let's do it. Let's get it on. But if you're gonna, it doesn't impress me. Baby, I can show you a good time. Baby, we can do it all night long. No, I don't want to do that. No, I want to sleep. Just tickle me to sleep. Rob, of course you think he needs a younger wife. He also thinks that too. A few minutes? Fuck, Danielle. I'm looking for under a minute, and I'm happy.
I mean, why spoil my life so early on? You just crush my dreams.
No, you need a mare. That's
What?
a female version. You
A
need
mare?
a mare.
I need
Yeah.
a mare.
Oh, sorry, Jarvis.
I'm going to the. Do mares run in the like Churchill Downs thing, or the Preakness, or what's the other one? You got the.
You were 33
Preakness, and
and
what's the
dated
final
or
one?
had sex with an 18-year-old. There's a difference. Hell no. Shit, at 33, there's no way I could have kept up with an 18-year-old. Hey, Jenna and Carmichael. I
Any
woke
Led
up
Zeppelin?
husband with it this morning. Good for you, Jade. Good for you.
In a tree by the brook,
A filly? Is that you?
there's a songbird who sings.
Unknown caller.
Sometimes
You can't sing.
I can't sing because I'll get.
Yeah,
Robert
that
Plant.
was you two.
He'll come at me.
You two
He'll go,
just
"I
called
want
and said,
what you have."
Dan needs to
I don't have
stop
enough.
singing.
I'm Robert Plant. I need to redo the engine on my 757. So I'm coming after Dan for singing my song. You can have it, Robert, but it ain't gonna. It is different times in the USA. On the West Coast, it's about 5:15. On the East Coast, it's about 8:15. In Hawaii, it's like 2:15. or
Mitzi, was
3:15.
the 18-year-old a man?
Sally Ride,
And what the
the
hell is the
astronaut,
problem?
the astronaut teacher, the teacher astronaut.
What's our plan to be rich? Well, we failed that. Well, he failed it.
I failed.
He was my plan to get rich.
And she picked wrong.
And I
She
picked
was
wrong. I picked wrong.
Her other boyfriend, what's he doing? How much does he have now?
Billions.
Billions?
Picked the wrong guy.
Oh, you fucked up.
I picked the wrong guy.
You fucked up. Krista McCall, thank you. Sally Ride was just an astronaut. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that.
And he had a big
Correcting
PP
me.
too.
You can't get away with anything on here because somebody knows the truth. So anytime I say something that's wrong, I get corrected. Well, Grandpa's not a plan to get
Yeah,
rich.
unfortunately, that is not a good plan.
Grandpa was never one to chase the buck.
If
He didn't
we,
care
if
really
we
about money.
plan on Grandpa being our cash cow, we also
And don't
chose
forget, I have a
poorly.
shit ton of siblings.
Hi, Foops. Yeah. Grandpa. Again, wrong choice for richness.
My tooth looks worse now that they've got the temporary
Mm-hmm.
on than it did before. I had the temporary tooth on for all of you that
Talk to
wonder
somebody
why I'm.
else. Mitzi,
why I'm-
that's funny.
What do you do when you talk with a thumb?
Lift.
I got a lift.
Don't make fun of
Because
lispers.
I'm not making fun of lifters, but I have a lift for my tooth. And it. So if you hear the lift or you see the tooth, that's what it
can't.
is.
I
It's
cannot
getting fixed
with you.
like in a week.
The lip.
Dr. D. Yeah, and there's no, I mean, I don't have inheritance to rely on. So that's out the window. We have to say, that's why I tell her, don't gamble, don't don't blow it. Social media not gonna last forever. Don't blow it. Save. But she's gotta learn. She's excited, I've never been to the UK, Trish. I would love to go to the UK, Scotland, Ireland, France, Germany. I'd like to see the UK and Europe at some point. Housing's outrageous in California, Alamona. I don't know how people coming up buy houses. I don't know, but they're expensive.
All that sawdust is getting on there.
Was I disbarred? No. I had a heart attack about 5 years ago, and I had it right before a really big hearing. I've told the story a million times, but my lifestyle was killing me when I was working and partying and all that stuff.
I'm doing everything else. Oh, shit.
It's freaking hot here. It's 106 here today, Crab. How you doing, Tracy?
And
From the United Kingdom.
And we need a new air thing outside. So our air should be fixed maybe within 2 weeks now.
Oh, I'm glad you saw the post. Did you see it on YouTube? I have the pictures too, but there's a video in between on IG and TikTok. I just put the pictures.
That was
There's a
cute.
video. There's a long video.
Wasn't
on
I
YouTube.
so cute? That was so cute. I didn't see it.
I can show you
But
the
I saw the
pictures.
pictures because he
Right
still
here.
has them out. Just so you know, he hasn't put them away.
Because I was going to share the pictures and share more.
Does Grandpa do the same when he sees you with beer in hand? Yes, DC. With Deanne primarily, not me. It's so funny.
What?
Do you like the mad? What, Johnny?
What do you guys want to see first? You want to see Grandpa with a beard
I was
or
so
Danielle at
cute.
4?
I was so
Oh, I didn't even put this
cute.
picture out there. So,
Y'all can see my daddy.
what do you want to see first? Danielle or my dad with the beard?
I was so cute.
We'll start with, well, that's first one says Grandpa, and then that's first one. So, Lady Locks, you win. That's Grandpa with a beard
And it's Grandpa with Josh.
and Josh. Look at that. I mean, that's my dad. I mean, he was a real person, He was he's not like you see him today. He was a powerful, massive man. I mean, he was strong as all get out. I mean, he was a massive powerhouse. This is him with Josh. You can kind of just see a little bit. Man, and here he's just younger than me right here. Look at the shape he's in. He's just younger than me.
All your pills.
Just younger than me there.
Come on, put them in.
Now I got one. I got one to show you. Did I show you Danielle? Let me show Danielle. Oh, well, here's Danielle and her dad. That's Danielle with her dad when she's like 4 or 5 years old. I don't know, she's 3 years old. It might have been Lake Shasta. I'm not exactly sure where that picture was. You weren't there, but that's Danielle, and I believe that's in Tennessee somewhere, and that's her pop before he passed. And this is a picture of Danielle, and this was, kind of when we first started, when we first hooked up, and then I had to go out. I never knew any of her family, right? Because she came out here with her mom from frickin' Tennessee, so I had to go back and meet her entire massive family on her dad's side. It was super intimidating. He's not a small guy, first of all. He's not a small guy at all. He's a big man, and she's got a big family. He's got a lot of, he's got brothers, and she had a million cousins, and I had to go back. But this is Danielle and her grandfather. This is kind of when we first connected, and I had to go out and meet her entire family. And I'll tell you, it was freaking intimidating. I had to go meet all of them, and all of them, just loads of cousins, and I didn't know what the hell they were thinking of me. I was older, California dude. But they were all just absolutely wonderful. They're all such nice people. But that's who I fell in love with right there. And she does kind of look the same up. That's it, and that's who I fell in love with right there. Anyway, all those pictures, those and more on the videos. she really hasn't changed that much. It's kind of
I've
ridiculous.
changed.
Well, a little bit.
I'm older.
That's the Danielle I fell in love with. That's the Danielle I fell in love with. That's the Danielle I have. That's the Danielle I fell in love with. That's the Danielle I have. Still beautiful after all these years.
I
Of course, look very different. Let me see, is there any of me in here?
hold on, don't touch my dad. I love this picture of me and my dad. I gotta send it to my brothers.
Here, here's me.
This is my favorite. Is that not the cutest?
This is me from about the same time. That's me, because that's Josh, about the same age that he is with my dad in those pictures. So that's me back then. And I believe that's at my sister's apartment. But I had hair, as you can see. I actually had hair. I had hair. I had hair. Hair, 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 hair. You want to see Danielle? You saw Danielle. This is another one, Danielle. This is not on the video, so this is the only place you'll see this. And she still looks the same. Look at her face. I mean, it's pretty much, you can see the attitude. Can you not see the attitude? No, actually, she's a good attitude there.
Look how cute I was.
Here's the
God,
attitude.
I was so cute.
There it is. Where's her attitude? Oh! Yep.
That's in Nashville, you guys. That was at a park in Nashville. Cumberland, no, what was the park over by, shit, I can't think about it. That was so cute.
Danielle she looks Hispanic. In fact, a lot of people thought she was Hispanic growing up, but she's just a mixed bag. She's from everywhere. She got Middle Eastern, she got French, Spanish, more Spanish than anything. So I guess it's not Latina because Spanish from Spain, but yeah, she's a mixed bag. Dinner tonight is,
God, that was so cute.
good question. What are we having for dinner tonight?
Oh, really, Miriam? So was that. I made Grandpa big chicken salad with some cottage cheese and egg.
I don't know what I have. There's tuna in there if I can't find anything, but there's tuna. She's stirred, not mixed. There you go. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. A quick follow is always appreciated.
Hannah's are not that identical now. I was
She
going
has
to,
Moroccan.
I was gonna make tacos. It's just too hot to cook on this side of the house right now because we need our new AC unit. But we're gonna buy one tomorrow. So.
I'm part Scottish. I'm like 25%
No, Samantha,
Scottish.
I did not. I've been busy all day.
Grilled cheese. You made chicken franchise?
Chicken Francoise.
Popeyes or?
GSR, did you do any confrontation today? No, I don't really have
We
air
have
conditioning on
air
this side of
conditioning,
the house.
but there's the house, it's spread out, so there's two separate units for different areas. One of them is working like where we are right now, but we don't put it up too high because we don't have to work too
He's
hard
up.
and go out.
Go,
so
go, go, I'm tired. He's
It's-
up.
I gotta go. He's up.
He's up. Yeah, so the
He's
one
up.
on the main side
Pop,
of the house,
pop, stop,
upstairs,
stop. got
is
it.
out. Yeah, it's not working.
Told you that?
Yes.
No, I did it all.
You did.
He's not. Bye, Mitzi.
You wanna stay here?
He's not.
Or you wanna move the couch, Pop?
It's not working efficiently, and we're not getting anywhere with that US Air. So I just said, just buy a new unit. I just can't. I can't deal with this anymore. The heat and the years of dealing with the shit, and they just don't want to help anymore. So we're gonna maybe sue them in small claims. Yeah. Oh no, Priscilla. Yes, 100%. And Chris's. Yeah. So, so this one is at 74, and it's struggling to keep up because it's too hot outside. The other one upstairs is at 75, and it's still struggling to keep up.
What's that?
Is miserable doing.
Baseball. It's the Giants.
I'm drinking wine, yeah.
It's the
There's
San
nobody
Francisco
watching
Giants.
I'm not at the casino. No, it's Wednesday. This is a tired blow. You don't need that GSR. How old is the unit? 2 years old.
It's
Tim.
freaking hot here. But,
2 years old, Tim. It's been a long 2-year battle with this
sir.
company. So let's not, it's not even worth going there.
How hot is it in Elk Grove?
They've replaced the capacitor. Now the fan motor's out. So I have a fan on top of the unit right now.
103.
So I have a fan unit on top of it right now to use since my fan motor's blown. And yeah. And it works, but it's not efficient. So it's not cooling as well as it should. So I told my guy today, I said, fuck US Air. Just get me a new unit tomorrow. Please get me a unit and have it in within the, yeah, it's, yeah. 129 in Puerto Rico? Oh shit, Mel.
What? What's your
129 in Puerto Rico.
Has it ever been 120 freaking 9? No, that's really.
It's a York,
I mean, that's.
Tim, it's a York.
I've been like in 118 in Vegas, and it was like walking into an oven for real. You walk out the casino door, it's like, the heat just hits you like.
Oh, Carrie,
like you're
it's
walking
brand.
into hell or something.
There's nothing around it. I'm very good at keeping it up. It's just, it's been nonstop issues.
It must be something with humidity. There must be something to it because 129, you're not going to last very long.
It's been my biggest thorn in my side for the last 2 years.
88 in octane.
Be gone. I'm dying. I'm dying. That's why I said.
That was nice. Yeah. No need to go to the casino. Her jackpot winnings is sitting right next to her.
Jesus
That's got to be
Christ.
the greatest comment I've
Of
ever
course.
seen in the history of social media. Thank you. Whoever that was, I got to follow that person. Find out who that was.
Yeah, York sucks.
York?
York has been having a lot of issues. My guy won't buy Yorks anymore because of this.
Peppermint patties?
No, our fucking unit outside has been a nightmare. Where is he sitting?
Gianna, that I hear you because it's ridiculous. Some of these units are ridiculous. Pop! Stop!
And so
Stop!
now we just need a new
Out here,
unit.
get out
So
of
our
there.
air handler is brand
Back
new.
out of the
We just
kitchen.
need the fan and the compressor
Very
outside.
dangerous.
So
Get out of the damn kitchen. That way, you go on the couch.
I'm gonna be
Go on
out
the couch.
another $3,000 to $4,000.
I'll clean it for you, Pop. Go to the couch. I'll get it for you. I'll bring your drink to you. You gotta stay out.
Yeah, I'm getting a train.
Dangerous for you.
So, Susie, the one that I replaced on this side is a train. So he's gonna buy a train for the side. He loves train units. So, I know I don't have a portable. Poor Andrew dies upstairs. Oh, excuse me, do I have home insurance? Yes, but remember, Nora, I just did a leak that I think I got like $60,000 from. So I'm not going to put another claim in right now. Hell no.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah.
It sucks dealing with air conditioning issues in Sacramento.
Yeah, it's a 4-ton. This one's a 4-ton. This side is a 3-ton. But, oh no, is it bigger? I don't remember.
85 is like mild. I mean, 85, I would die for 85 right now. I'd go out and sit outside.
Good GSR did.
My dad is,
You do well.
he's sitting on the couch. We have somebody working in the kitchen right now, redoing the pantry or fortifying the pantry. And so there's a lot of dangerous things on the ground. So my dad cannot go anywhere near the kitchen for his own safety. So that's why I'm jumping up and making sure he doesn't wander into the kitchen. You're working on
it's
a
hot.
train, is that?
Train is what? We were trying to cool everyone.
Oh, I'm sure.
I bet, Anthony.
I'm sure that.
So our unit here, this side is a train. That's what Paul installed last year. So I have I think it's a 3-ton for this side of the house, and
Margaret,
the
I
train's
hope it
working
stays
well.
that way for you.
I think he wants to buy a train for this one out here, but US Air sucks. So if you know anybody in US Air, I'm about ready to just take the unit and throw it at them.
like Superman,
Superwoman.
Superwoman,
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder
There's no
Woman.
Superwoman.
Well, I'm Superwoman. So yeah, it's a fuck. It's
Maybe we
just-
need a Superwoman. I mean, why how come that we've had Superman, but Wonder Woman needs a jet to fly around and Superman flies? That's sexist.
Dan doesn't even know units. He doesn't even know 4 ton.
I think
3 ton,
Wonder Woman
2
should be
ton.
able to fly, and she needs to have those bracelets on to block
like-
the bullets.
It's like 38.
I mean, she should be bulletproof.
We have 3 kids.
The Man of Steel. You can't shoot
Yeah,
Superman.
Paul wants to put it.
We have 3
He
kids.
wants 2. He wants.
Almost
another
said
train.
4, but 3. It's the kid that the other kid.
Yes,
He doesn't
fine.
count. The one that.
I think this, hi Mr. Time, I think this side doesn't cool as efficiently because this side's so hot,
I don't
and
know
so
why
it's
she's
working
pointing
overtime.
at me and she's saying I'm not efficient. I finished law school late, Zeal, like at 28
Bye, Marianne. Good
or
night.
29, something like that. I mean, you got to realize that I basically failed out of high school and really didn't take academics seriously until I was 21. Literally,
remember-
halfway through college. I mean, I
but
was just
remember,
farting around.
Remember, I don't have a trained guy doing it. I have another guy doing it.
I got my tooth fixed. It's a temporary on. That's why it looks the way it does. Bad. It looks bad.
Yeah.
And it's lispy, but it'll be fixed.
Jake.
Your wife finished at 35. I think, law is one of those things, medicine too, right?
Dan.
Like, the later you finish and the more light and wisdom you bring into it, the more effective and the better advocate you'll be. God damn it, Dad. Don't move. Don't move. Out of here. Out.
I just talking.
I know, you're going out of the kitchen. Go on, out of the kitchen. You do not go in the kitchen, Pop. It's dangerous.
Oh,
It's dangerous.
fine.
I mean, it's dangerous, Dad. You could fall and hurt yourself very bad. So you just sit
Did
on
you
the
all?
couch, do not go in the kitchen. This way.
Did you all just chuckle? Like even Dennis yelled, Dan.
That's all right. You're not going to the kitchen, Pop. You can't go in there.
Ariel, I
It's
know.
dangerous.
Fuck.
It's
We've got this house is a major fucking shit show. Don't even talk. I know more about HVAC systems than any woman should know.
Sorry, Dennis.
No shit, user. We know what his disease is gonna do. It still doesn't stop the humanity of us telling him, right? I told him today that he already asked me if he could help 10 times, and I said no the same time. I know he's not gonna retain that, right? It's more for us than it is for him. I think we know that. We've been doing this for over 3 years. We're professionals. So, most of the times we do this shit, right? When we are caregivers, you say things because you're human, right? Just like a child. You explain to them the things that are going to hurt them or why.
Let me show them what is going on in here.
Well,
So,
show Dennis.
I'm not going to show you, but this is what's going on in the kitchen.
Dennis's wife.
Why he can't walk in the kitchen. So,
Dennis-
just so you guys have an
Dennis-
idea,
Dennis is covered in dust.
it's not like there's nothing in there that's dangerous and we're just being assholes. We're trying to protect the man. And you hear me, that's when I am the least patient, when there's a danger present, right? That's when you don't hear a good voice. You hear panic. I will yell, just like I'm yelling at my kid who's walking into a dangerous place. That gets my blood boiling when he is in danger. It's I think fight or flight, that kind of thing. It gets released, and you have to act to protect your whatever it is you're protecting, and that's what happens. The dentist is going in and out and in and out, so it's really hard to keep the gate closed, and he's carrying stuff in with 2 hands, so it's just not easy. But that's why you hear my reaction, and you would hear it a lot, that loud or louder. Anytime he's in danger, I can't even help it. I don't think about it. It just comes out. It's just what happens when you're shocked with, like if he was walking too close to a cliff or something, or getting near a hot stove, it gets your senses up, and you have to. That's just part of caring for anybody at any age. Cal, if you've watched our lives, anytime my dad wants to come in and sit down on a live, we not only do we allow it, we love it. It would double the viewership. It makes him feel good, and it gives him, you know, a respite during the day from the boredom, and he gets to interact. I love it, but we don't put the camera on him. He has to come to us and say, I want to sit down and talk. And he does a lot, but we never push the camera on him, especially in a live situation. So hopefully, I always hope that he wants to come out and talk, because I enjoy it, makes the time pass. You guys love it. So anytime that, obviously, we would allow him on if he wanted, but we just don't push it, right? We don't make him come on. He may, I don't know. He's had a very weird day, but he got a lot of sleep. He's not too tired. Who knows? We will see. Hey, in Croatia. Hey, Serenity. Serenity now. George and Seinfeld. Serenity now. Thanks, Ashley. I appreciate that. Sometimes I'm great, like anybody else, and sometimes I'm not so great. I'm human, and I go up and down with my emotions and my moods and anything else that affects me, just like everybody else. A cool thing is well, I don't talk about that now, but I'll tell you this. We had, there's some account on Facebook, which we don't even post on. It's Dan and Danielle Salinger, and they repost our videos, and they started reposting our lives, like as if they were live. And I don't really, I don't really get too upset about that kind of stuff. It happens to everybody. But these people were then contacting the followers and trying to sell them things like cryptocurrency or other investments using, our reputation. And so I contacted Facebook and said, hey, this is what's going on. I got a thing back saying, nothing's wrong. They're not violating any community standards. They're just copying, they're pretending to be you and trying to sell the Facebook users, their own viewers, the people that they survive on are being ripped off, and Facebook doesn't want to protect their own viewers. It's appalling to me, and I wrote them back an email, and I basically said that, look, it's up to you. I'm not gonna go crazy, but your viewers are being ripped off by people because you're allowing this crap to be up. And if that's not violating your community guidelines, maybe that's why we don't post on Facebook. I will tell you, TikTok takes a lot of shit, and they're under attack by the government, but they are really good, overly good at protecting. We get banned a lot, just because people are lying, because they are proactive in trying to take action against, things. And sometimes that maybe their pendulum's gone too far. But Facebook not responding when this page is now trying to sell their viewers, they're trying to rip them off, scam them, steal their money, that bothers me. So if anyone wants to let Facebook know, hey, thanks for looking out for me, thanks for protecting me. And TikTok's the one that's coming under all this fire, and that's the one that goes out of their way to protect their viewers. If I say the wrong thing on TikTok, bam, I get a violation immediately. But Facebook, nothing. And these people they're stealing from people with my name and my image, and Facebook won't act with it. I don't really care for, there's a million copycats out there. I don't really care until I start getting messages that they've contacted me, pretending to be you and wanting to sell me something. That's terrifying. And I wrote Facebook, I don't know how they're going to respond. I said, no violation. I wrote them back something and said, hey, is that the way you want to treat your subscribers? You want to subject them to fraud when you know it's clearly fraud? It's Dan and Danielle Salinger in all of our videos and us. And they even simultaneously broadcast lives on Facebook, pretending that it's us talking to Facebook so they can steal money from people. It's outrageous. So if you are on Facebook, let them know that you want them to to look out for you and not have fake accounts coming and trying to scam you because you like the way I treat my dad. You know, people use that to steal your money. That's really a sad situation. And I told them it's up to you if you want to protect your viewers. I'm telling you, this is what's happening. Here's my phone number. You know, my Facebook account has 200 followers. They're my friends in high school, you know, folks. And we don't post public videos on Facebook. So just beware. And definitely if anybody asks you to buy anything or sell you something in my name, it's not us. We're never going to contact an individual person and ask them to buy anything or ask them for money, ever. It will never happen. If that's going on, it's not us. The only advertising I'm going to do is ads that you'll see on Facebook or on TikTok and YouTube and Insta. We'll never contact you and try and sell you anything. Karen, I would, you know, I think this is kind of a podcast. I mean, I prefer interacting live with people rather than just getting up and, you know, doing a monologue. I like interacting and answering questions. It what keeps me going. That's why I don't really do a lot of these alone. You know, usually I want Danielle because it makes it fun for me. I want to come here and have fun. I want to drink a couple beers like I'm at a bar and talk to you, you know, just like you're sitting next to me at a bar. That's what I really like. Jamie, I would love to be a bartender. You know, if I could do anything, it's just so hard and the hours are so long and it's so risky and expensive, but I would love to be a bartender and just sit there and talk to people, you know, at length. I know Seth Rogen is an advocate. He has a parent who had Alzheimer's and he has a foundation. My nephew contacted that foundation about selling something with Grandpa, I don't remember, and he brought me on to that call for 10 minutes. And so I did talk to his foundation. I don't remember what happened or how it went, but my focus has been as far as charity and as far as you know, trying to raise money has been for the Alzheimer's Association. They're absolutely just spectacular at what they do. They have a really high rate of, you know, actually putting the dollars that they get to work. Their people are, most of the people that are raising money are like me. They're volunteers. They don't make any money, so every dollar goes directly to what you intend it to go to. I don't take anything from money I raise for Alzheimer's, and nobody does. That's not true with all other charities. I'm not talking about Seth Rogen's. I'm sure it's a wonderful charity, and if you want to give to Seth Rogen's charity, please do that. Anything to help, and I have complete confidence in it. But Charles, I'm retiring. I mean, I still have 5 or 6 cases that I'm working through, and I will probably always have a case or two, you know, whether it's a friend or, you know, whatever, trust, things like that. Just I'm not going to be litigating and going to work every day anymore. Grandpa's up again.
Get out of my kitchen, please. You are gone. This is not a safe. No, you already had a cookie. No more right now.
If I'm a lawyer, I should know better about what.
No more right now. Yes, you did. Go sit on the couch. Yes, you did. Go sit down on the couch.
Paula, thank you.
Okay, well, sit down for a little bit right now. You cannot be in my kitchen.
He's not hungry. He wants to be in the kitchen.
Not right now.
Where the work's being done. What he really wants to do is pick up a power tool and help Dennis. That's what he wants to do. He wants to hammer the nails in and do the drilling. He wants to be a man. You know, that's been stolen from him. And that's really what he wants. It's just, obviously he can't. It would be incredibly dangerous.
God, he was,
if my dad had
I won't
power
even
tool.
tell you where he was.
I know where he was. He's trying to get in there and help. I mean, it's a beautiful thing that he wants to help. It's just incredibly frustrating for us because it's so dangerous.
So dangerous. I mean, where he was behind the door in the crevice, and he was.
I could give him a board and sandpaper, and that might work once or twice. That might work. I mean, those are all good ideas. Those are good ideas. What I do for a living
Peanut
now.
Scaff. Nobody's saying it's his fault, but we're going to show him
Yeah, I know
worry.
it's definitely not his fault,
We're
but
going to show him worry and concern when we try to redirect him out. Absolutely.
it's me. I'm the one who's afraid. He's not afraid. He doesn't understand the risks.
No, they're talking about me just now with him.
Well, I'm the same way. I'm not polite when he's in danger. I am not polite. I'm not quiet. I am not anything you would see on video. I'm loud. I will yell. I will do whatever I have to do to try and protect the man.
Peanut Scaff, I don't think this is the place for you.
Ed does like ice cream. He loves ice cream. I wonder where I got it. I must have got it from Ed. Thanks, Susan. That's right. We have to act as a parent sometimes, not all the time. And you really have to be, me as his son, I have to be careful about when I'm his son and when I'm his caregiver, right? Because there are times when he's not that way, when I am his son, when he tells me not to drink too much alcohol. I can't, scoff at him. He's being my dad, and that's a different kind of relationship.
But in times of worries,
when
like if he goes in the kitchen and he's holding a knife, guess what? We're going to react just like it was a kid.
And he will pick up a knife and try and cut an orange. Those are scary things. Scary. Parenting your parents is really hard.
Jamie, nobody says we weren't lucky to have him.
Oh my God. I don't know what I would be doing if I didn't have my dad right now. I don't know what I don't know what purpose I would have right now. I'd be struggling financially. I would be trying to, maybe I'd be more in law and getting back into my bad habits. I don't know. Just the stress that was there is very high in my profession. And
shit. Are we talking about Lemongate, Lady Locks?
Lemongate was great.
Lemongate, people got mad at me. No, I'm going to treat him like a child. In that case, he is. You know how many times he's picked up a knife and he's used it and cut himself? Those are why we react. When your kid your kids run in the parking lot, are you like, oh, honey, come here? No, your first is the reaction. It's the instinct to pull them back and take them safe. He retired 30 years ago, and he went to medical school 70 years ago. He's not current with his medical training, but we do, he's still a doctor. He still did it in his time, but I would never rely on his medical advice at this point. Mm-mm. You guys, we're still humans who have emotions, and we're going to react.
Is anybody watching Lisa?
Especially knowing.
Lisa with her mom, I believe it's Mary, is it Lisa's mom? I am watching that, and it is, Lisa is doing this alone. She took her mom out of a care facility that her siblings put her in like 4 years ago, and she's been doing it, and she's really getting, bad at this point, and it's really hard to watch. Lisa and Mary Lou, yeah, and she came on today. She was sobbing. It's tough, man, and the way she's doing it alone, it's tough, and she catches so much shit. But
she's a woman.
She's a woman taking care of her, and she's trying to do the best she can for her mom.
I think unfortunately women always get the most slack.
But I think she's doing a spectacular job, the best she can, and I know that Mary is
Chris.
Better with Lisa than anywhere else. Yeah, that's her name. Thank you, Danielle, for Federico. I feel for her very much, and I'm watching, because what's coming for us, where's my journey going,
And let me tell you something, for all the
Lisa Federico, someone posted
Federico.
it.
For all the trolls in the back, if I got the care that I gave, I would not be unhappy about it. Even with my tone and my moods, I would still not be unhappy about it.
Oh, I'd watch it from afar, and I would be thrilled if my kids treated me like Danielle treats him. But she's from Nashville, Ken. Davidson County or something like that.
Davidson County, yeah. Oh, California Dreamin', we have them up too. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it, for the nighttime, behind Dan, we're gonna put a little door right there. so he can't get out a half door.
Yeah, it'll hurt us because he'll come back into our room.
He'll come in our room, but it will be.
He won't be able to get to
out.
anything dangerous. And by the way, this is Alzheimer's Awareness Month. There's a link in my bio. If you guys have anything to donate, please donate to the Alzheimer's Association.
Karen, I don't know.
It is a great cause. We need to beat this. And I'm going to have it up all month, and we're going to do some challenges going forward
Lisa Frederico.
to try and help raise money for the National Alzheimer's Association.
Abort the mission.
Murfreesboro, yep, it's down there.
Oh, my
Not
grandpa.
Chris and Mary, Tammy. There's another. I like Chris. I love watching Chris and Mary. But this is a more difficult
Lisa
situation.
Frederico. Yeah, I think her. Oh, never mind. I don't think I was going to cross-contaminate a couple of caregivers. Does he get scared at night? No. Thanks, Tina.
He gets scared when he sundowns, and
But not at night.
I have to. Well, I mean, it happens at any time, and you know those are the most difficult times is when he's scared. For me, that's the toughest part when he's scared.
Lisa Frederico. Yeah. Isn't it Lisa's mother-in-law? No, I think that's it's Dennis. He's staying in my.
Hi, Coco.
I love Mary. I mean, if anybody brings me.
And by the way, if you're seeing this on Facebook, it's probably not a real
One of them,
broadcast.
yeah, Lisa Frederico, that's her mom. One of the only caregivers I watch faithfully is Mary and Chris. And I think just because I vibe with Chris a little bit more, and
I watch Bailey too. I watch all the.
I don't watch him. I'm very
I watch
picky.
all sorts of caregivers, not just people who are taking care of dementia, but there's women that are taking care of their husbands with MS. There are people taking care of their children, their siblings with
no swinging.
Downs or.
I have a vision in my head already for my doors.
And I love all those channels.
Yeah, Chris and Mary.
I'm sorry, Jerry.
Chris and Mary
I'm
are
really
the
sorry.
only ones I faithfully watch. Faithfully. The others I'm very picky about, just like people are picky about me.
I like watching them. I watch them all. Because that's, believe it or not, it does give you, it helps me to watch other people. It does. If I can get an idea or, it does. I enjoy it. That's right. Little kids are caregivers in many families. That is true because if you got someone like my dad and I have small nephews, when they have to deal with them, they have to adjust too. I mean, they at 9, they realize something's off a little bit, and I have to be a little gentler with this person, and we see that with my niece and nephews.
David, I was outside today. I was mowing the pasture. Mm-hmm.
Danielle not only gets tan, she outright turns black. I remember back when we first got together, you were
Foxy.
You were literally, you could have passed for African American easily.
My stomach.
Easily.
Yeah. I'm very picky about who I watch. But I won't
My whole family's a big help. Mark is here, and you got to realize what Mark is doing with my dad is just a fraction of it. Mark is taking care of my mom.
Jake says I'm Nigerian.
Mark is doing for my mom what we're doing for my dad.
Let's be real. Primarily, Mark and Dan are the main caregivers of his parents, and that's okay. Nobody else has
We're also
to sign
the
up.
only two people that live in the same town.
Yeah. So it is what it is, you guys.
Who is Tommy? Do you know who Tommy is?
No, Judy, you're not. I just need something that locks, so I have it
That's
like
right,
a
Bluebell.
No,
Bluebell.
it's not Mary Blueberry. No. But I was outside today in the morning because I had to do.
Don't make me smile because my tooth shows.
No,
my mom is independent, yes. But she still needs help physically.
She doesn't
driving.
like to drive.
She doesn't like to drive.
No.
And she's dealing with a lot of her issues. And
starting-
Mark is
She's
an
starting to
unbelievable
need
help.
help with like other stuff,
I'm gonna have to help her with her, starting with her bills. She's just getting frustrated, and
There's
so
nothing wrong with that.
there's, I mean, I love it that we're there to do it.
Dan has a temporary in.
It's
It's not
temporary.
the real tooth. It's not the real toothers.
And what was my reaction when Ed was first diagnosed? He's never officially been diagnosed, but I know the day that I knew. And that was when my dad, even before he got sick, he was here at my house every single day. Since his wife passed away, 15 years ago, he drove down from where he lived, 45 minutes away, every day, and he visited me and Mark and Josh every day. Every day, lunch with me and Josh every day. The three of us would eat lunch together. I mean, this is for like a year and a half, I think. We ate lunch together. I was working, Mark and Josh were both working medical billing, right, like three doors down from where my office was. They rented a place, and so my dad would come, and every day we would go have a family lunch. It was really amazing. It was one, and we'd take walks after. Absolutely amazing. But one day, and my dad would come here after lunch, and he would go sleep. He would take a nap in our movie room, in the back room. And one day he came in, and after he'd been sleeping in that room for 5 years, he went to that room. He said, "Is this new? I don't remember this." And that was the day I knew for sure, with no diagnosis. I said, "This is fucked. This is something that's just really wrong." And that was a really tough day. I mean, it was almost like getting a diagnosis. That was my diagnosis right there. It was just so out of, so out of reality, not remembering where he'd been for 5 years. And he would sleep for 2 hours in there every afternoon. He would sleep in there. Your mom got diagnosed either. Yeah, I mean, Tracy, sometimes, there's not everybody can do what we're doing. I couldn't have done this 10 years ago. It's a really difficult thing. And if you get caught at the wrong time of life, you just can't do what we're doing. We just got hit at the perfect time, which allowed this to happen. And I want to make that more common. And I think it's going to take a societal change, a government changing the way they deal with the older population. I wish we could transfer, 40% of the people that are in assisted living or in there to live in homes. The ones that can do it, I think, do much better living with their family if they can do it. I know that it's just not realistic for most, but that's my dream. My dad takes medication not for dementia. He takes medication for his heart issues, but if he has vascular dementia, which is what we believe he has, it will also try and help prevent future, future strokes, future deterioration, or at least slow it. Heather, I know, and it's so hard for people that have, and if people are doing this alone, it's damn near impossible. Whenever Danielle's gone during the afternoon or her casino days or whatever she's doing, and I have my dad for like a 6-hour block, from 1 o'clock in the afternoon until he goes to bed, it's really hard.
Excited.
I mean, I really struggle.
With where?
Take a seat.
You're always struggling. I had to go
I'm
look.
always struggling.
So we stained the countertop. So we were a little nervous about staining the countertop for the pantry because the countertop is different from the other shelves.
Dad's
so
not diabetic.
we had to do a little bit of testing. That's why I've been in and out, and he just stained it, and it looks
Valerie.
amazing.
Solidarity Month.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So good. Looks so good.
With a puppy? Where's the pup?
Baxter.
Oh, yeah. That's
Baxter, for some reason, poor Baxter.
He's afraid of Dennis.
I don't know why. Dennis has been here for a year, and he's still.
There's Baxter.
Yeah.
So he's here because he's scared, and he always hangs out with me.
No, he wants to eat,
All right. Well,
but he's waiting for
bring
Dennis
the
to
food in
leave.
here.
He's waiting.
Bring the bowl in here. She'll eat it. I'm still tapping that whenever I can, man. Whenever I can.
We don't tap anything.
We don't.
The only thing I tap is the slot machine.
She just tapped the slot machine.
You guys, I'm so excited about my pantry. Even Dan went in. He's like, that looks pretty cool.
Thanks, Zero. We a lot of followers from Saudi Arabia, and that's because in Islam, one of the tenets of the religion is taking care of your father, your parents, your older people, and so we have a lot of Muslim followers because that.
Okay.
That's what they do in the culture, and I wish that would spread.
The tapping. No, how Dan got me was the 501 button-up jeans, acid wash.
Really?
God, I love those.
You like
things.
those acid wash jeans?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
With the button fly.
I remember
Things
exactly what
were
you're talking about.
oh.
They're so, I would be embarrassed to wear them today.
Well,
I would so bad, but
It's not something you would wear today. You would look ridiculous in them today.
I guess.
But back in the day,
And the other,
and you loved my red cutoff sweat shorts.
oh, your
Yeah.
running shorts?
No, my just cut their sweats. But Dan got me with his explosion and his 501 jeans button up.
Levi's.
We
Levi's.
talk about those button flies all the time. Remember when there was an explosion?
I wish I still had those jeans. I bet I'd still fit in them.
There's nobody in our house that would fit in them.
I was damn skinny.
Oh, sorry, Heather. Wrong. Probably bad visual for you. She's like, my dad wore those. Not good, but that's what I remember. Dan was sexy AF in those jeans. The happy trail leading. Well, never mind. Those were the days. No, Dan never wore Vans. He has Vans today.
I've had Vans.
But you have them today, but
I
not
didn't wear
then.
them when I was, because I wasn't really a skateboarder.
How did Dan propose? Do you want to tell the proposal story?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Because he loves to tell the story.
We were at Vince's, which was an Italian restaurant
It's
here
now
in
a
Elk
vet.
Grove. It's now it was our vet, and it was we went out. We had with 3 other couples or something, and then like about 11 o'clock, I got up in the restaurant and I said, "Excuse me," and just got the attention of the entire restaurant. There's an upper level, a lower level, and
Hey, mods. On YouTube, watch Jake Dar. He's causing a ruckus. Jake Dar. Ruckus. Okay, go ahead.
Jacob.
Jake Dar is causing a ruckus. Moderators, just keep one eye out, and watch that fucker. He may need to go in a timeout. Kelsey did it.
Jake's our friend, so she's silencing one of our friends.
Because he's always like, I bet Dan.
He comes on my side, right? We have, on our scene, we got very few men, right? So, and whenever anyone comes on my side, she just mutes them. And she got this like army of women that come in, and I have walked around on eggshells, man. I duck the Zoom.
You got muted the other day and you didn't even know it.
Me. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so I made Charles. This is a temporary because I can't find my other nose ring. I made a new appointment for my nose ring. It's on Sunday.
What are you?
I lost my nose ring. I don't like the hoop. The hoop is I'm too old
When
for
did
the
you
hoop.
get that?
I put it in the other day.
I haven't seen
I
that.
know Dan loves the hoop. It's been in for like 3 days, bruh.
We gotta go. Sorry. That.
But I don't like it.
The other thing that got me was her belly button ring. Holy
I took
crap.
that out too because I thought it was too old.
A few years ago.
Well, I made an
those
appointment for a piercing and a nose change. So, would you like me to get my belly button pierced again?
I have there's this girl on the Cornhub that has this nose ring that I would love you to like.
Dan.
If you could do the same one as her, and she looks a little bit like you.
Dan, we don't know.
All right. Anyway.
Really?
I'll show you the video tonight, and then if you want to get to that particular style.
No
of nose
more.
ring,
I
think
just,
it's really
I just
sexy.
needed to keep my hole open. So it's in here, but I have an appointment. I made it.
But that
for
belly
Sunday.
button ring, holy moly!
I can get another
It
one.
changed my life.
It did. I can do. You want me to do it? Just for us.
Let me just see your stomach again.
Snooky. Don't look at my
Yeah,
stomach.
yeah, you can do it. I mean, doesn't that hurt?
People still want to get. No, it's
Okay, so we're sitting there in Vince's, and I get the whole restaurant's attention, and I get down on my knee, and I do my whole whatever it was, will you be my wife? And
Cicely,
her
one of
response
my
is
friends
like,
did it too.
you're a dork. That was her response to the entire restaurant.
I did.
You're a dork.
I got pregnant, by the way.
Does that mean that, is that yes or no?
Every
And it's
time
like,
I got a.
people are like, probably think that she just, I mean, she's not handled it.
Every
I
time,
did great.
every time I got a belly button ring, I got pregnant. I got a belly button ring with my mom for my graduation, and then slowly after that I got pregnant, and then got it back because I had to take it out. Got pregnant with Hannah. Took it out, put it back in, got pregnant with Andrew. So had to take it out.
You
No,
also
I
had-
call him a dork because we had been talking about engagement. And he's like, wow. And then he had called me like a month before to pick out the ring. He's like, well, if I were to buy you a ring, what would you want? I'm not proposing now, but I'm just saying for future. And that's why I called him a dork, because he was trying to, he told me he bought the ring, and I knew he bought the ring, but he was like, you won't know.
Fertility ring.
Yeah, it was my fertility ring. Yes, Mr. Jason Moody, I sure do. So no, I'm fixed. I can't have any more babies. It was not a big diamond that
Dan
time.
could get his own belly button ring for charity. You can't afford it. All of you together.
Okay,
can't
fine.
afford it. It's not possible.
How about a nipple ring?
Not possible. You
That
can't
hurt.
afford it.
How about a Prince Albert?
I guarantee you, the entire world couldn't afford
Hold
that.
on, but can we just
Nobody is sticking
can we-
anything.
Can we experiment with the Prince Albert?
No.
No, I think I might be fine. What if I
Get Jake to do a Prince Albert. I'm not doing a fucking Prince Albert.
let's do a Prince Albert?
I'm in for $1 million, Kelly. All right. I'm in for $1 million.
Kelly, what do you want to see?
Not the Prince Albert, the belly button ring. Actually, I don't know what would hurt less. Whatever would hurt less, the Prince Albert or the belly button ring. For $1 million, I'm in. But it's got to be. We're gonna flip a coin.
I want to
No,
try.
I can't even think about
Can
that.
we try the Prince Albert?
$2 million, I'm in. George, you are the winner.
For the Prince
George
Albert.
wins.
For the Prince Albert. I
So-
want the Prince Albert. I would like to experiment with the Prince Albert.
Exactly what is a Prince Albert? I know where it is, but what? Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
No, let's do it.
That is insane.
Let's live large. Let's do it. Maybe it'll pleasure me in ways
How about a
that-
hood ring?
No, it's just you are pimping yourself out for the Alzheimer's. I wasn't.
Oh.
Nipple ring hurts. It can't hurt any more than a fucking Prince Albert. Anybody have a Prince Albert on here? I know, Heather. I know a lot of people. Prince Albert. Who votes? I do. Let's try it. Worst case scenario, we take it out. Is the Prince Albert at the
After
base
the
or
pain's
tip?
already been done, then you just take it out? I mean, it doesn't sound very reassuring to me.
Hold on a second. Is the Prince Albert at the tip or the base? Somebody tell me. It's at the tip.
Okay, well,
It's just the tip. It's right at the tip.
that's fine. That's fine.
You know where that skin is?
That's fine. I'll do it for Alzheimer's. Does Google have any video of it happening that I can? Because the base. Holy shit, do it in Vegas. I mean, at this point, I'll do a Prince Albert if you fucking cure Alzheimer's. All right, if you cure Alzheimer's.
A tickler?
Or do $1 million donation.
It's an
I'll do
automatic tickler.
What?
It's a tickler.
Like Dirk Diggler? What?
It's a tickler. It's a tickler.
I have to prove it.
Oh, I'll prove it for you. I'll let you know.
I mean,
Danielle
I don't
has
think
now
that
turned into anti-sex to.
I will. What I would do is we would have an audio, just not a video, and I guarantee you'll know that it's true.
It happened.
You'll hear the audio,
All right.
and I don't like pain, so.
Well, what about for your woman?
I don't want to. Do you want me to really respond to that?
I mean, what if it's hammered?
I mean-
7 years ago, it was just a little uncomfortable. It can't hurt any more than the nipple piercing. No, we'll call him Dan the Tickler.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Apparently, women love it.
They love the
The
Prince
tickler.
Albert.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
really hot.
Megan said I birthed your children.
You did.
Fair play. Fair play. The tip tickler. Does anybody still have the tickler? We call it the tip tickler. Dan's still walking very uncomfortably in here. Only a few compliments? Shit. Oh my gosh. Hi, Ice. The French tickler, that's for sure. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, what if it got lost? Look at that. I got a creeper. Yeah, especially on the tickler. Don't forget the thumbs up. Jake, you and Dan do it at the same time. Trace, here's the thing about how you decide who dad lives with and who doesn't. It's just the people who step up to the plate. Oh no, how much to say it other than that. Mark originally did it, and then Mark started having heart palpitations and stress, and so Dan said, let's help Mark out. And then we became the full-time caregivers over 8 months now. No, you both need to hold each other's hands while you do it. Mark is a 420 guy. Nope, Mark is not. I don't even know if he's ever done it. Prince Dan. I know. If Baxter wants to eat. Are you hungry? See? Are you hungry? You are. But Dennis is still here, so. You know, yes, Dylan.
Yes.
100%.
What?
Ed's on the couch watching TV. We don't poke the bear when he's silent.
The Ed is on the couch watching TV. We call Dylan 420 around here is Ferns. You know, like
I already told him.
Jack Galapagos or Galapagos.
Oh, no.
Galapagos? What the fuck is his name?
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis?
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis.
I am.
Between two ferns. Galifianakis.
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 No, Jenny, we ain't gonna do that. People are making fun.
Did you
of
guys see Jennifer Lawrence on Galifianakis?
I would
Between
never
two
do
ferns?
a tongue ring. Hell no, that hurts like a bitch. And what if it swells up?
But again, we are
It's
talking about Alzheimer's. If you can give anything, there is a link on my bio directly to the Alzheimer's Association. If you have anything to give, please donate to the Alzheimer's Association.
Maura, you have to
because
understand.
We need to beat this disease.
You have to understand when you take in a loved one, the people who are available and willing do it. Plain and simple. Hello, from Rockland now in
Lady
Idaho.
Locks, that would be $3 million. But if someone donates $3 million to the Alzheimer's Association,
How much for an ed tattoo?
I'll get a tongue ring.
What if you got a picture of your
If I get an Ed tattoo,
There is no way I'm doing that. Hell no. Finally, there's one thing I will put my hand down to. Absolutely not. I cannot.
everything is for sale, even an Ed tattoo. Everything.
No.
With the right donation.
I am not. There's no way I'm living the rest of my life with Ed on your back or on your chest. Hell no.
Oh, I thought they meant get a picture of him.
No, you want a picture on your body.
Get a picture like
Of
right
Ed.
here. Like a picture like right here, just
No,
his face.
it's not gonna happen.
Like the one on, like that one that your cousin drew
Absolutely fucking not.
on the shirt.
Absolutely not.
That'd be a good tattoo.
Do we resent Mark for not helping?
Absolutely not. Mark does help all the time. I mean, this would be really difficult with that. Mark is our lifeline.
If we need to go away, Mark's there. If we
Yeah.
want a date night, Mark's there. He's the
We're
only
going
one.
to Vegas. Mark's
He's
there.
the only one we can call on to help
And
us.
he
with
will
those things.
always be there.
He might complain a little,
And he's
but
always
he
there
still
for my
doesn't.
No, my Mark is the person that I designated to take care of my children when they were small if we died. Because I know Mark always comes through.
Mark always comes through.
Mark always comes through.
100%. Let's auction what Dan could do.
I'm ready to do
No,
whatever.
no Ed tattoo. I will not
I'm
do
willing to
it.
do whatever for.
Y'all, I have some PTSD.
The
We are
bridge
not
cause.
doing that.
We can do a small Ed.
No.
Just like an ED. But I mean, Ed, people are gonna get, does your husband have erectile dysfunction? I mean, you gotta be really careful about ED.
I can't. I'm out. That's it. I draw the line in a tattoo of Ed. Not gonna happen. Everything else, fine. Ed tattoo, absolutely not. You guys, I've taken care of the man for the last couple of years, but a tattoo on this body, absolutely not.
It's not about us. It's about the
He would
cause.
never do it anyway. He would never do it. He would never do a Prince Albert.
Is there a president that talked about ED? I don't know. Who? Reagan? Oh. Who would?
Absolutely not.
Yes. Pimp lady, yes, she is exhausting in a good way. She can be exhausting in better ways. She just.
I'm toxic or intoxicated?
No, she said, never mind. It's good. My dad practiced for about 25 or 30 years.
Fucking hot.
I mean, 25 or 30 years, about a third of his life. All the kids seem to be doing fine. There was some shit on the family thing today that I don't clean around the house or something. Like Hannah, her friend's father does a lot around the house, and so
let me tell
I'm catching
the story.
shit for it because
So
thanks, Alex. I'm glad your dad helps your mom, but
So I'm gonna tell
I have to pay the price.
Oh Lord.
And so Hannah comes
I'll
on,
tell you
and Jennifer comes on and like seconds it. Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Does the bare minimum
I'm gonna tell
around
you
the
the
house.
story. So Hannah went to her roommate's house this weekend in LA, and she saw her dad vacuuming, and
Thanks
she
for
saw
the
him
credit.
doing like a couple of other things, and she was like, "Oh my God, that is amazing! You do that." And he kind of looked at her and started laughing, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" She was, "I've never seen my dad vacuum or do any of the things you do." And he's like, "Hannah, it's the bare minimum that I do." And she goes, "I know, my dad doesn't do any of that."
Bullshit. I mean, there's absolute bullshit, right? You have OCD. You're gonna vacuum, whether I vacuum or not. You're gonna
Again,
vacuum. I've
my
cleaned
fault.
before, and she just cleans over me. It's
No.
not a fault thing.
Nope. So anyway, he giggled at Hannah the whole time, and
we
he
stopped
said,
having a cleaning lady because the cleaning lady would come for 3 hours, and then I would pay her. And then Danielle would run around like, "Oh, that's just fucking shit," and she'd be re-cleaning everything for another 3 hours. Does that not happen? Don't look at me like that didn't happen. That happened every time. I don't like that way.
"That's not the whole truth."
Well, I mean, there were other things.
That's not the whole truth.
We'll tell them now. Now they're going to be wondering.
Dan wanted me to get rid of her. I felt bad. Just kidding.
Whatever your name, I forget your name, but obviously Danielle is talking shit, right, out of her ass.
So here's the
She
thing.
knows that. She still cleans my fucking office, so obviously I didn't fire her because she still cleans my fucking office.
Who lets her in? Nobody's
Marsha.
ever there anymore.
Marsha lets her in. Oh, shit. What's her name? Now I feel terrible.
I know her name.
What's her name?
Renee.
Renee, you know that you know that I loved having you here. Is this aggressive? I guess loud people can perceive it as aggressive, but I'm just a verbally aggressive person. I always have been my whole life, and it is a turn off to people sometimes. But are you mad now? The dog is terrified of Dennis. That's why the dog is here.
The dog has major
The
anxiety.
dog will not leave me. When I was literally sitting on the porcelain pot about 4 hours ago, I was peeing, but I sat because it's hot and I'm lazy. And the dog came into the bathroom and literally jumped, had her front paws on my legs, and she was shaking because she's so afraid of the nail gun and stuff like that.
I'm not scared or mad. I'm just keeping my words to myself. This is what a wife does.
You keep your words to yourself? Yes, everybody knows that you keep all your words to yourself. That's such an honest representation of who you are. All of your followers know that you are very filtered, quiet, and you're extremely careful about what you say. I know.
With regards to you, no.
What?
With regards to you, no.
Yes.
Open
Those
forum.
are, if you know, you know. She's very careful about what she
Open
says.
forum for Daniel Salinger, Isaac Salinger. If you didn't know, Daniel's middle name is Isaac. Yes. ISSAC. Isaac.
Absolutely wrong. ISAAC. But you did, there was a double, you just doubled the consonant instead of the vowel. But it's really a double vowel.
Whatever it is.
I'm just telling you. I mean,
Oh, Janice says to stop the nails.
so you're gonna do more nails?
Yeah, because when people tell me a 50-fucking-year-old woman to stop doing
All right, you're
something.
driving me crazy now. Who wears the pants?
Me. That's right.
She wears the pants I give her. And in the pocket of those pants are the instructions.
You wish.
My tooth is as a temporary. The temporary is not normal. He cut it low intentionally so that
So
I
you
wouldn't
don't pop it off.
so I wouldn't pop the temporary off while I'm waiting for the permanent.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a frickin' break. I know it looks funny. I used to have a big lymphoma lump on my head. If you go to the early videos,
Not lymphoma.
if you go down,
It's called a lipoma.
lipoma, whatever it is. If you click down on my earliest videos, like most of the poems, I'm reading them. I have a big fucking lump right here,
He does.
which she made me get out. I'm glad I did now.
He was mad because
But
people.
I
people
never thought that aesthetics meant
so
much.
many people were like, "Oh my god!"
But now
Dad,
on
what
my
happened to
social
your
media,
head?
I couldn't have that big lump on my head, or you'd
Did
all be
you-
sitting here
Oh
going,
my god! Did you bump your head? And I have a video
"What's
of
on your
that.
head?"
I should
I
pull
couldn't
that
take
up.
the comments of what the fuck's on your head.
I should
I
pull
would have
that.
gone bananas.
I should pull that up because he
They
was
can
so
find it.
mad at me because he had. I came and picked him up because it was during COVID.
Oh yeah, so she tells me, it won't hurt. It's painless, I promise. Look it up, I Googled it. Here, talk to the doctor. Is it gonna hurt? Or I get in there and I told the guy who was doing it, he said, well, they lied to you. Because it's gonna hurt, when you get shots in your head, it hurts. It's just the way it is. He's I'm sorry, they lied to you, but it's gonna hurt.
So when
And
he
so
said
he
he
did
was
it,
ready,
and I called my wife on the phone, bitching at her while I was laying on the fucking thing. They were laughing their heads off. I mean, the people in the office were just, they enjoyed my 2 hours
I'll
there.
put the
'cause
picture
I
up
was
because
bitching the whole time.
he got in the car and he's all wrapped up and he's
I looked like
like
I had I had like a lobotomy or
he
something.
was so mad.
Because it was
so
painful
mad.
as frick.
Well, it needed to be gone.
Yeah, but it hurt.
Well, whatever.
You lied to me.
So did Childbirth, and they lied to me.
They didn't lie to you. You just knew that was going to
No,
hurt.
I didn't know it was gonna
They're
hurt.
all, it's going to hurt. You want a
No,
shot?
everybody-
No, I don't need a shot. I'm almost there. 5 seconds later, give me the shot! Sorry, it's too late. And then she starts shooting shit projectiles at me as I'm trying to walk around the room. I know she was aiming too.
And I moved my ass.
I mean, I had
just
to
to hit
duck.
him.
I literally had to duck during childbirth. You guys ever have to do that? Like push. Oh shit! What was that? I look on the wall.
I did. It was with Hannah. That was the
I
only
mean, she
child.
literally. They probably just tore that wall out. They didn't
But-
bother to clean it.
By the
Just,
way,
oh, we need to repaint
By the
that.
way, I was induced with Jennifer. So when I went in and I was 6 centimeters when I went with Hannah.
And
I
Jennifer
was like,
came during my first trial.
And
I
I was
got
like-
called out of trial to
I
do
did.
it.
I called. I said, I gotta get a hold. I called the secretary. I was like, somebody needs to get Dan out because I'm in the hospital.
So the judges all, I just got a message regarding one of the attorneys. We're gonna have to ask the jury to step outside. And then the jury left and I'm going, what the fuck did I, it's my first trial, right? I'm going, did I fuck something up? What the fuck's happening right now? This is not supposed, I've never seen this in fucking law school.
Jeez, sorry.
What the fuck? And the judge is kind of, he's in a good mood, so he's having fun with me, right? He's all, well, and he's kind of smiling. Once I saw the judge's smile, I realized I wasn't too fucked, but the judge, and then I had to go to the, anyway.
And I was, because, with the first one, it took hours because I was induced. So the second one, he was like, just call me when you're ready to push. And I drove myself, I was at Costco buying pads because I was having contractions in between that. And I said, it's time, but I knew he was in trial.
I wrote the closing
So I
to
waited.
that trial with a newborn baby. Danielle and her mom were all in our small, tiny 1,300 square foot house, 0 lot line house, our first house, sitting there like in a cramped thing, and I'm writing the close for my trial. Actually, the best freaking time of my life. I mean,
Was that Jennifer?
That was freaking Jennifer. Of course, it was Jennifer.
Jennifer.
She's
Not
always
Hannah.
been
We were
a pain in
talking.
the ass.
Yeah, she has.
Jennifer,
she literally.
since the
She
day
tried.
she was born,
She
her
tried
timing.
She tried to come out early, and you were panicked. I've never seen Dan so scared ever in his entire life because I went in with preterm labor, and he was also. You were
Well, that was
that day.
That was before she was.
She
I mean,
was
back then. It was
she
like
was
30
22
weeks.
No, she was 27
It was
weeks.
late. 27 or 28 weeks.
And Dan came
You're
in.
not really
and
viable at that time
No.
until about 32 weeks. So
I've never seen Dan so worried in his entire life. He came and he found
I was
me. and
watching
he
the
was
days
looking.
till I knew that she was
Yeah.
viable and they could take her out and she would be alive. Your first kid, and you start, having doctors that are worried. The jury was that was my first trial. He was convicted, but he was convicted. The jury was deliberated for like 10 days. And we got offers. This client just didn't want to take an offer. I got him an offer better than the people that testified against him, that took deals and testified against him. About 6 days into deliberations, we got an offer for less time than they did. And the client said to me, and I said, "You've got to take it, man. You've got to take it." And the client said something like, I think we're going to get a hung jury. We'll get a better deal.
And by the way, Jennifer
Didn't
came at
happen.
37 weeks, but I went in for my appointment, and she was like, "Your fluids are low. We got to take you." So with Hannah, I was in Costco, and I was like, "I think it's time." And now every child I went in a week before thinking it was time, and then they just stopped. Contractions stopped, and so they broke my membranes.
Higgins or some crap like
Higgins.
that.
So they broke my membranes.
Those are terms you'd learn.
So it was a friend,
Higgins and
Braxton Hicks.
Braxton Hicks, all right.
Anyhow,
And Keels.
and so
What did I say?
one of them, who knows, Tony
Braxton
Braxton.
Hicks,
You
right.
said Tony Braxton.
All right, well, that's a singer. But
So
anyway,
anyhow, so
you know what I mean.
So one of the moms was my OB, and she was one of the parents at my daycare center. So she came in, she stripped my
I'll take an
membranes,
ice cream sandwich.
and then I went into labor like 4 hours. And Dan's like, "Just call me when absolutely necessary." So I called him, and I was in.
Flies.
I was in.
We have the doors opening all day because Dennis is going in and out in the garage, so we have 8 billion flies running.
And
around.
anyway, he came in. My mom was there for. My mom didn't even come. My mom was like, "I've done the first one. That was horrible."
It was horrible.
And then Hannah, Andrew, Dan was outside talking with his partner at the time, and my best friend goes outside at the time, and she's like, "Dude, your son's crowning. Are you gonna come in and watch this?" Yeah, and she gave me chiclets. Yeah.
Crowning is the worst, man. It's like, if you've never witnessed a childbirth, there's nothing more freaky than watching that head crown at the beginning. I thought, what the fuck? Am I bringing
So
an
the
alien
first,
into the world?
the
I
first
thought
kid,
literally it
the
was
first
a Martian.
kid, my mom, my best friend were in
And
there,
she had
and
a cone
Dan.
head.
She had the worst cone
It
head.
was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, so they thought they would put, that's the tiniest, your dad's up.
Where's
Be
Shiny
careful,
Red
'cause- wait, because the dog's
I
right
see
there.
the dog.
And Dan's like, we have to, and everybody, my mom, my friend Melissa,
Pop.
Dan, and they were all, oh my God, she's got the smallest head at 37 weeks. So, but it was just the cone. It was just,
can't be in the kitchen,
it was just the cone.
What? Out of the kitchen. You can't
But Hannah, I shat because,
it's dangerous in here. You can fall.
so when you're induced, if anybody who knows inducement, it hurts, right? At 1 centimeter, and you think you're done. So by the time I went in with Hannah, when I called Dan, I said, just to let you know, I think this is it, because I couldn't walk through Costco. And I was with my neighbor at the time, and she was like, holy shit, Danielle, I think it's serious. So I finished my shopping trip, got my pads, and then I was like, I have to go to the hospital. And Dan was in court. He was in trial at that time, too. And I had to call him. I had to call the secretary, and she had to call the courts and get him, and he came. But with Jennifer, when I was in preterm labor, that was the most concerned I've ever seen Dan his entire life. Like, he came in that room, and he was just, you could tell he was distraught.
Okay, so
I've
I
never
also
seen him that way.
I was also at the same time.
So hold on, time out. So Hannah, by the time I went in 7 centimeters, I was like, this is easy. This doesn't hurt. 8, I was good. 9, she was like, okay, this is the last call. And I was like, nope, feels good. I can do this. And then at 10, I was like, all right, can I have something? And by that time, if anybody knows me, I said, can I have a half of a half of a half of a narcotic? And they gave me a half of that. Didn't work. But I pushed, and that's why I shat.
Why I was concerned, but she's not telling you, is that at that time in
With
my
Jennifer,
career,
we'll just remind him you're talking back to Jennifer.
with the childbirth, I was doing a bad baby case at the time. I had a case where the doctor, a woman was giving birth, and the doctor used forceps 3 times and actually misapplied the forceps 1 time and crushed the baby's skull. So the baby was born, its head expanded, and it died. It was the most horrible thing in the world. It was god-awful. The pictures were just beyond anything you could believe. And so I was working with OBs, like really renowned OBs from UCSF as experts, right? I had to have an expert in the case. So I learned a lot about childbirth and a lot about the what can go wrong, and that stuff does go wrong. So when she says I was panicking, there's a reason. I was immersed in, a dead baby case at the time. So yeah, I was a bit on edge, and I was so, like, during Jennifer, the doctor, Danielle will laugh at this, the doctor at some point, I was like right there the whole time, like, and all the stuff that I had learned, and from depositions and stuff was running through my head. And finally the doctor looked up to me, she said, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it yourself? Because anyway, I was probably, it's not the best time for me to go through my first childbirth. But that's my state of mind. So yeah, I was totally freaking freaked out.
That was during the delivery.
And the nurse that we had,
was during the
air
delivery.
nurse, what was the nurse that does what was his name? He became he referred clients to me for many years after that childbirth. You get to know the people that are in the room a little bit because you're there. We're there for so long, and I got to know that nurse. She became a client and referred a bunch of people.
By the way, that was with Jennifer. Was the dead baby case happened to be when I was giving birth, not in preterm labor, and so the doctor, I remember her, Dr. Hurd, and Dan was standing over her at the minute of the birth, and he was just looking. And after the baby was out, and I had squirters because I ripped, and it was squirting. He's looking, and she looked to him, and she said, "Would you like to take over?"
I already told
Stop it.
her. I almost did. I mean, but
And then he's like, "Can you put a couple extra stitches?" And the look she
Oh
gave
yeah,
him.
I made a joke at the end, and it was just she had already been, but I felt like an OB because I had just been immersed in the medicine of babies, for 3 months prior to that.
So
Dad's doing great.
fast forward, I was invited into the room when Josh and Rocky had their first kid, Wesley, and Dan's like, "Don't let them use the vacuum, don't do all this." So I made them really nervous because I was like, we can't. She was having trouble getting Wesley out.
I was in San Diego giving my directions up.
Yeah, and so I wasn't invited back to the two other births.
Robert, my dad's seen pictures of Bill's gravestone.
Oh, shit. He doesn't
We
remember.
don't sound like we have a picture, like under a sign, Bill's funeral. They're just pictures of, pictures from the funeral would look like any other pictures from a family get together. Except Bill wouldn't be in the pictures, obviously.
Uh-oh.
I gotta go. Pop, it's all right. It's all right. Dad. What? Come on this way. You can't be in the kitchen. Come on.
I didn't want the dog in here.
I know. I'm glad you got him out. Let me get you out
So,
of here.
anywho,
We'll close this gate.
there was funny stories during my birth. During my birth.
That's all.
Perfect, Dad.
Huh?
Perfect. You want to talk or you want to sit down here?
I'll just watch TV.
All right. You watch the TV.
Now this is me. Look at this. Look at this look. Is that not the same look I have today? Look at that.
Yeah, that's from
Look at that look.
some kind of. Danielle, what is this green crap?
Look at that.
Let me sit down. I gotta clean that off. What is this crap? Is this food or is it some kind of thing from Dennis?
I have no idea.
Dad, sit down. You're not
I'm
going
gonna
to.
wipe my hands.
I will wipe your hands. Go sit down.
Look at that look. Is this not
Yeah,
me?
I'm gonna get something to clean them right now.
I was 2 in this picture.
I don't know what the hell this stuff is, Pop.
I was 2.
Alright.
That's my normal look. That's my look. I have that today. Let's see if I can do that. Can I do that? That's an evil look. It's an evil look. Is it worse? No, I don't think so. I didn't see this one. Where did this come
Let me
from?
get your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
God, I was so cute. No, I don't. I spend a lot of time in my yard. Oh, Chris, I don't know. My friends are coming the end of June, so I'm going to try to hold off to the end of June. I'm going to try to hold off. Do I have a wedding picture of that? No, that's Rocky and Andrew. So this was Roxanne and Josh's wedding 10, 11 years ago. Gosh, I don't know, 12 years ago, something like that. So this was Andrew. Look how cute my baby was. This is Rocky. This is the mother of my nuggets right here.
Tell me
Look how
ready for
cute.
bed. Let me know.
Look how cute.
I don't know what the hell that stuff
I
was.
don't either. I don't know where he got it.
It was either a gummy bear or something, some kind of.
I don't know. That's Roxanne and that's Andrew.
Roxanne!
That's the baby of mine.
You don't gotta put on the red light.
That's my nuggets, mommies. Look how cute. And that's my baby. That's my Andrew, my sweet.
Roxanne!
I know. So funny, Ashley, you say that because Andrew's like, I want to reenact all my photos. That's my current age.
Roxanne!
Stop it.
You don't gotta put on the red
I
light.
know you want to eat. Just wait.
Anybody want to guess who that is? Anybody guess who that is?
Specific plans. The next plans we have is Vegas from the 12th, July 12th through the 15th. Yeah.
Josh is one. Who's with her? That's Josh, my sister. Yep.
And look at this hunka man. For those of you who haven't seen it, that was what I fell in love with right there.
That's
Look
what
at
I
that
fell in
guy.
love with.
Look at that guy. Look
That's
at
what I
those
fell in love with.
legs. Look at those legs.
I'm talking about the woman, not the man.
I'm talking about the man, not the baby.
Look at that. Look at how cute she was.
Look how cute
Look
Dan
at who
was.
wouldn't fall in love with
Who
that?
wouldn't fall in love with that hunka?
Look at that.
Look at five. Imagine.
Look
him,
at that.
Imagine him and 5'1".
Imagine her with a belly button ring. Holy shit. Belly button ring. Andrew's
Imagine-
walking by like,
No, that's
God.
not. That's Dennis.
Oh, Dennis, I thought it was Andrew.
Imagine him with button flies. Y'all, come on, acid watch. That was my man. I don't know who that woman in the back is, but that was my man. That was my man's. Look at those shorts. Those were like 4-inch shorts. Look at that crotch. Can you see that? Look at that hot specimen.
Dennis is the guy that's redoing our pantry.
Dan does not look the same. Stop lying. He does not look the same.
I look the same,
Can we do a
but without hair.
Can we do a reenactment?
If I had hair, I'd look
Should we
15.
do a reenactment of Dan in a pool holding Josh? Now that would be funny. Josh is tall. He's tall. We need to reenact that out. Look at him. He was young and tight. Yes, very tight. But anyhow. Yep. That was the love.
She looks the same.
That was the love of my life right there. That
It
would
was?
be great. You
That
still
was.
are.
Yeah, well, that's good to know.
Obviously, you still are. I'm still here.
That's so
Even with-
soothing.
Even with the tooth. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, if Josh was never born, we would not be together because I never would have been there.
No, and my mom wouldn't have.
That's you know, Josh was the reason that. Oh, that's a good picture.
Look
That
at how
is-
cute Dan is. Look at that.
That
Dan's
is
in the back.
that. I'm sure they needed that.
Dan,
That
that is Ed's parents.
That's my dad's parents.
That's Ed's parents, and that's. Are you leaving? See you tomorrow.
Hi, Dennis.
Bye. That is Ed's parents, and that is Josh, and Dan's in the back. Dan's not the baby in that one. Look how hot my husband was. He was like $1.55 right there.
Flies. Just there's like 5 flies.
Kind of looks like Andrew. If you look at that, does that not look like Andrew? Right there? Right there looks like Andrew with long hair. Don't do that.
These flies are pissing me
I know,
off.
we need to get the thing.
Yeah, we need to get some things. We need to get some things, guys. For flies.
Genetics.
Iceman, are you the Iceman that?
He's in Santa Cruz. He's the cowboy in Santa Cruz.
I know, but there's an Iceman that posts like airplane pictures.
No, he's a cowboy.
He's a cowboy.
He's not an ice. He's not a flyer.
Okay, all right.
He rides horses.
He's a horseman.
He's a horseman.
All right. Hi, Carlos. How are you doing?
Dennis is my guy who's working in my pantry.
Have you ever thought of a toupee?
Okay, no, Dan is not.
I mean,
insecure.
how ridiculous would...
So hold on
I'll
a
tell you,
second.
for
Let's
the right
talk
amount of
about that.
donation to the Alzheimer's Association,
Catch and release.
I'll put on a toupee. Get this. I'll put on a toupee with a camera, and I'll go to bars and try and pick up women. Would you, if we could get $10,000 raised for Alzheimer's, if we reach that goal, I will film myself putting on a ridiculous toupee that
No.
looks ridiculous,
It
and then I
would-
will literally go in
Absolutely.
and try, and I will hit on every beautiful woman in the
Absolutely
bar, and you
Yes.
can watch what
Kate
happens.
says fine with a toupee and a Prince Albert.
I just the toupee, just
No.
ridiculous, and I'll wear some ridiculous shirt, and I'll walk in, and I will hit hard on all the women using everything I have.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
People would be fun to watch, and if we could raise money, then would that
Hi, Russell.
work?
What? The fuck? What does that have to do with anything? Oh, hit on women. I'll put on a toupee and I'll
I
hit on
imagine
women.
an old bald fat man with a toupee hitting on women. I mean, it would be funny to watch, right? I mean, how many times could I get shot down? I'll go for the record. I'll try and get shot down 25 times and film all 25 rejections. I think it would be entertaining. I think it would be good. I think I could do that. I could pull that off.
Can you wear a kilt? You know what? When
You
you
know,
wear
guys,
kilts,
anybody know Ed Bassmaster? He's on Insta. He's on TV. He's a comedian. It's the kind of stuff that he would do.
Yeah. So what happens if you score? What would you do?
I mean, when I'm done, I'll be, oh, look, I'm really married. I can't.
Yeah,
it's all
remember-
for social
remember
media.
Remember what happened the last time you did that? You got slapped across the face.
I remember that. Yeah, I did that once when she bet that I couldn't pick somebody up or get them to leave with me, and I ended up getting. I did. She left. She was leaving with me, and then I got slapped in the face. Real true story. Grandpa is fine. He's still up, which is 6:46. Jeff, yeah, Ed Bassmaster. It's his kind of stuff that he does, and we're friends on Instagram, and we comment on each other's stuff.
Stop
So
it.
I would definitely send him that if he ever came out to California.
I don't even know who the guy is.
He's hilarious. He is fucking hilarious. The biggest gift we received in here was
$1,000.
yeah, it was a guy from
I got it.
from Dubai,
Not just that
and
guy.
he was he loved what we do. That's very big in Islam and in Muslim culture. Taking care of your parents is a big thing.
Iceman
And-
said if you raise $10,000, I'll dance on the bar in my Speedo. Cheetah Speedo. I'll
All
watch
right,
that.
all right. We'll add that in to the list of what people get. But a gentleman gifted $1,000 on a live, and my concern was that a person couldn't afford it, but they were obviously wealthy. And then I spoke to them through email, I wanted to make sure that they were, you know,
I also got
and the guy was
$1,000.
just somebody with a
Thank
lot
you,
of money,
John.
and he wanted to fly all of us out, including my dad, to Dubai, and I can't. My dad couldn't do that, and I said, you know, it's something that I couldn't leave him, and he couldn't really make that trip, but it was incredibly nice. That was the biggest gift we ever got.
No.
Nothing ever anything closer.
No, I also got several $1,000s
Oh yeah, you had some people that.
from a doctor who loved
Yes,
what we did.
yes. You did.
Dr. Perez. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but and his wife, not just the doctor, right?
His wife knew, so it wasn't
Yeah, it was
anything
his
weird.
wife knew. So, but those were it. No, you know, we're not
Abdullah,
in this
yes, he goes
to try and
exercise.
get. We're not asking for gifts or donations.
However, the
it-
most exciting thing I just got today was the cat litter box. Please join us in selling this cat litter box.
That's something you
The
could make a
rotating-
video out of.
Yes. So, because I want that litter box, but I won't spend the money for it. But they're offering me, if I do a video with it, I might do that because I have cats.
I mean, she has a very low bar. Give me a free $25 thing and I'll do a video.
It's not.
I
It's
don't sell merchandise on here. I'll do ads for, you know, national products.
I might
but
do
I
a litter
won't-
box.
I'm not going to pitch.
Yes,
small
it's $400 because I've looked at other people's who've done it, but I just finally got the offer to do it as well, and I was like, ooh, I might do this because I want to see if it works.
That would be interesting.
I want to see if it works. So that's the only reason why I would do it. So I would do it. Yeah, it's $400.
I don't know what the gift gallery is, so
Yeah. So it's an automatic one. So I might do that, you guys, just as a just warning, just because I have been very curious. I almost bought it off of a creator, but then I just got the invitation to do it today, so I might do it.
we have 8 cats. so
Because
it's
I
not
have
bad.
8 cats, and if it works, I'm gonna promote, like I always said, if it's something that's gonna work and I like it, I'm gonna promote it. But I'm not gonna do it just because, you know, to make $1 off of it. But if it works, I will promote it. And I told them that. I said, give me more information. I'm gonna try it out for a week. And then if I like it, I will do your video. So we'll see what they say. You did, Bill? All right. So there are certain things that I will do just because I'm curious of them. And I've told you guys, and I've been honest with you guys about that. And I said, if it's something that I, you know, will stand behind, I will do it. But I won't do it just because. So I told them specifically today, I said, I'm interested, but I'm going to try it out before I would do a video and accept it, right? Some cats do. Some cats sleep inside, some cats don't. So I'm just telling you that it could be a possibility of me doing it. And unfortunately, it's attached to this TikTok shop. So I will have to do it, something that I hate. But I will not push shit that I don't think is good. But I might do that one, just so you know. No, I want to do it because I have fucking 8 cats. And I've got like 4 cats that don't leave my house.
Ed did meet her dad. I know at least at our wedding.
He met him a couple of times. You do love it, Jane? Shit. So I responded to that today,
All right, well, that's
just so
fine.
you know. Yeah.
That one fits. That makes sense.
I'll do things that
We're
I know.
both cat and dog.
I've only told you guys that I will do things that fits for us, but only if it works. I'm not going to sell you something and push something if I don't think it works.
Am I buzzed? I've been had kind of a steady buzz. It's not peaking, but my dad is doing fine. Glitz, Amor, Teagle. He's in the other room watching TV.
Iceman, we all want to
Paula, the cats show up. My sister brought one. I rescued one. Hannah rescued one. One cat showed up and had a litter. We took cats from other people's litters.
Yes, Rita. Except this new Blue
just
Kitty.
happens. Blue Kitty was a rescue.
Blue Kitty he rescued when he was at a client's house, and the cat followed him around. So he took Blue Kitty, and
It was emaciated. Hair was falling out. Now it's a beautiful
now
cat.
she is very spicy.
Yeah, she's a bit, you know, she's possessive over me. How did I retire early? That was not. I did not retire by choice, Nathan. I had a heart attack at 5 years ago, and if I continued doing what I was doing at the rate I was doing it, I wasn't going to live. So I had to make a choice. Do I want to keep working, or do I want to struggle financially and live? And I said, I'm going to choose life.
Dan, your bar is much higher than Danielle. Okay, George.
Is that a good
Are you
thing?
asking him for a date or something, George? Do you want a date with him?
Which is better, cats or dogs? They're
both.
so individual. I mean, I'm a dog person at heart, right? So I mean, like my companion is Baxter. That's my dog. But I do love Bart, my cat. I love all the cats.
So here's the thing. When I do things, if I choose to do things, I will give you guys a pre-warning that I will do them. We've always said that. If
We
we're
have
gonna
a
do something.
big bed, but it's
Not big enough for.
but it's not. Yeah, it's not big enough for 2 dogs and a bunch of cats. And oftentimes we do have dogs and multiple cats on the bed.
No, Ed wasn't an animal lover.
No, he did have, dogs when he grew up. He had a dog, AC, when he grew up, a collie, just like I had when I was growing up. So he's always had dogs, but his family is much bigger animal lovers than he ever was.
I love you.
He does enjoy the animals, but
I
he's
think
not.
now, sometimes
He
he
puts
does.
up with them, and I think
Thanks,
he
Jay.
enjoys their company, but yeah, he's definitely not.
Cats
So-
are a pain in the ass because they spray everywhere, and I deal with that daily. But because they want to mark their territory when you have
Thank you for
many.
the follow. A quick follow would be greatly
Thanks,
appreciated.
Shay. I'm allergic too. I take. Good night.
Lucky,
I
if
love you,
Grandpa
girl.
wants to come out and talk,
Blue
we're
Kitty's
happy to put him
amazing.
on, but we don't
Dr. V.
force him on.
Blue
So
Kitty's
he's
amazing.
probably not tonight, just judging by
No.
the way he is right now. I doubt it.
No, we protect him.
The worst time of day for my dad, for us, it might be the best time of day for him because he's the most active, but like between 3 o'clock and bedtime.
Yeah.
He's really tough it's tough to settle him down during those hours.
Ooh, gosh, Coco.
Lucky, I'll look for your message on Insta. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Blue is
Any
really.
support on my small account would be amazing. A, that you're out there in front of 1,300 people. I would check you out if I wasn't sitting on a live right now. If anyone wants to check A out,
Me too, Dr. V. We're all allergic in here, but we still love them.
our home's not big enough,
No, it's not.
but it's too big for air conditioning, so
Yeah, fuck.
yeah.
Don't get me started on that.
All right, you seem to be, I'm watching you, so are you done?
No,
Oh,
I can go on.
All right, I'm all right now. Caregiver for 10 years, Solidarity Month.
Bum, bum. Let me go feed them because
All right.
she's gonna keep barking.
They're
Okay,
going
come on.
bananas. I don't know how to answer skin care routines. Is this a new channel, Danny? This has been around. You're on Danielle's channel. I don't know. It's like maybe a year old or something. But the people aren't new. At temperature, I'm guessing over 100 right now, probably. Probably like 103, 104. Post travel content. So if you're interested in travel content, someone said, Jellicat, I look young. I appreciate that. Jello cat wrist. I appreciate that. My dad is fine, Rita. He is in the other room watching TV. I've known that my dad has dementia for probably 12 or 13 years. I had no idea, what was going to happen or where he was going to go or how it was going to progress, but I knew that it was beginning, back around 80 years old. Mild, very mild, but slowly progressing and progressing. He didn't progress that quickly, Sarah. It's been about like what you see today, it started 12, 13 years ago. So you can kind of see and you can even see the progression through the videos. If you go back, 3 years ago, you can see videos of what he was like. And you can see the progression of the disease just through the last 3 years. I mean, he knows that he has impairments, Lucky. He knows that something's amiss. I miss some parts of my job, for sure. Like, I'm going to court tomorrow, and I do miss going to court and that, interacting with the with the prosecution, and the judges, and the other defense attorneys. I do miss that a bit.
Dan's always loved court. He comes
I've
alive
always loved
at court. Yeah.
That's one area of my job that I just love, actually being in court and doing it. But it's a lot of prep, I was I think I was 51 when I had my heart attack. And I knew, I didn't retire immediately, but I immediately shut down. I didn't work for like 4 months after my heart attack. I just walked every day.
Longer than that, Dan.
Yeah, well, did I lose cases? I think I was a decent lawyer. Every lawyer loses cases. I've watched some episodes of Better Call Saul.
We didn't like
So,
it.
it's all right. I mean, it's not really a
By
bad
the way,
lawyer.
my husband's a great attorney.
I was all right.
I think he's a good attorney. He pays very close attention to his clients. He gives them his cell phone number. My husband's, that's one thing he's really good at, is he's good at taking care of his clients. Very good. I would think.
I don't take new cases. I'm not
Hands
taking
down.
any new cases, just my old clients. I'll deal with the issues that I've been dealing with for 10 years with some clients. You have stuff that, and if, a client gets in trouble, DUI or something, trust, things like that. But I'm not going to file lawsuits and litigate anymore.
He doesn't want to do the hard stuff.
I can't do it. I can't do it competently at the amount of time that I can work. So I can't do it. It's not like I don't want to. It's not fair to clients. So.
He's 56, I'm 50. Would you encourage someone to take, our daughter is going to law
To
school.
test for the bar exam?
Our daughter's in law
If you
school.
love it, do it. I mean,
Yeah.
there are some, it is rewarding if you do it right. If you get stuck in the, I gotta bill, I gotta earn money, I gotta settle cases to keep it going and keep my lifestyle going and keep the partying going and keep the Louis Vuittons going, that ain't good. That's not a good wheel to be running on.
Jane, it's an open-ended question. But our daughter's in law school, you guys, and it's something she has a passion for. So if you have a passion for it, I think she's going to be a
If you
great
have a
attorney.
passion for anything,
Yeah.
I say go for it.
I think
go
she's
for your passion.
I think she's going to be a great attorney.
Yeah.
Jennifer. Yeah. This is our new business.
I've always wanted to write. I write my poetry. Now I can publish it somewhere where it gets actually seen. So that's nice.
Hey, from San Diego, I heard it was cold today. My daughter's there. Our daughter's there. Our middle one. She was like, it's freezing. I said, well, she's coming here tomorrow. You're in
Sean,
school.
congratulations. man. That's
Congratulations.
awesome.
So I think if our children had the fortitude, Jennifer
Jerry
would
Mark's doing
have been in sports medicine, but she took the easy way out and went to law school. Medical school's tough. You have to have the will. And she
Thanks,
started
Mary.
out, she wanted to be a sports medicine doctor, and she just, at her first semester, she said, I don't think I can do it. So, it is what it is. Good she recognized it without spending thousands more dollars of ours early on. And so now she's going to law school. So good for her. Dan, what inspired him to do it? He wanted to be a vet. So here's another thing. Dan and Jennifer are very similar. He wanted to be a vet, but it was going to be harder, so he went to law school. He took the easy way
I
out.
couldn't do the 2 years of prep. At law school, you could just graduate and take the LSAT and get into law school. To go to medicine, you had to have the appropriate, pre-med, background, which I would have had to take like 2 years of sciences just to apply to vet school, which is really hard to get
And
into.
he didn't want to take the time. He's ADHD and he doesn't have the patience for it. So he went to law school.
I don't know who's going to buy TikTok, Bobby, or what's going to happen. We're going to have to see what happens with the courts. The courts are going to determine whether the government has the power to ban something like TikTok, which is, just TikTok is the First Amendment. I mean, there's no better example of the First Amendment than TikTok. So if they can ban it, in my opinion, it just weakens the Constitution. But I don't know what's going to happen.
Always love medicine. Reb, so Hannah is going into
I
family
did not know Robert
therapy.
Frost was an attorney, but that's my favorite poet. That's
Hannah's-
funny, Kelsey. Thank you for telling me that.
Hannah's going into psychology because she wants to be a marriage family therapist. And so that's what she's doing in her,
Would you
for her
want to do
master's.
politics today? I mean,
She
it's
loves
just
working with kids too.
sad. I mean, politics are in a sad state.
Dan
I
would
wrote
be-
a, I wrote
Dan
a,
would be really good in politics.
I wrote a poem about
Yeah.
politics. It's called The Few. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, you scroll down, I wrote a poem that has, like, it's got poem views, so it's not a lot of views, you can find
My
it.
dad?
And it's about politics and what I think of modern day politics. It's a joke. It's all about money. And politics is not about doing for your country or giving to your country. It's about, hey, can you raise money? You can raise money. You can be a politician. Is that really what we want? Is that how we want to rate our politicians? Who can raise the most money? Because that's who wins.
Yeah, it's crazy, you guys. But he would be a great lobbyist. I think Dan's true passion would be lobbying.
I do. I mean, I was lobbying for TikTok and talking to Congress people and senators in DC, and that is something I would do is lobby. But I don't want to, I just think if we had a different climate, politics might have been something but it's ugly today. It's not. You don't get in and help the country or your constituents. You get in and support your base. That's a joke, right? When you
John,
get
I
elected,
agree.
you should stop being a candidate. You should stop being a Republican or a Democrat, and you should be a congressman that represents all of the people in your district, regardless of what they look like, who they voted for, what their socioeconomic status is for. But in our country, the way it's come is it's all about the money. And if I don't want to be beholden to Elon Musk as a senator. I mean, what good is that? There's no independence, and they don't have any independence. They are in the pocket of big business. It's a joke. So politics for me right now,
It's scary.
not where I want to spend my time.
It's ugly out there. We need more moderates.
We need more Americans. We need more patriots. We need people that want to give to the country and not further some partisan agenda. I mean, there's an American agenda too, right? That's what we need to pursue, and that's the problem. Once you run for office, but once you're elected, you represent everybody. You represent everybody, even if they voted against you, and you need to work for those people. And that's the problem with our country today.
We're teetering.
I wouldn't mind a talk show. That would be up my alley. But
Me too.
the offer has to come.
I want a talk show. That's what my dream is. I want to be the next Oprah.
You want to be the next Oprah? Your style, I don't know.
Well, I couldn't be Oprah,
You.
but I mean, because Oprah doesn't talk like
I mean,
do.
your thing is to bash on your husband and
not just
all
that.
the shit that's going on in life.
It's
You gotta
talking about
expand
life.
it. Yeah, no,
It's
it's
talking about
life.
life. I'm talking about life.
I
A
could do the next
true,
Jerry
real
Springer.
life.
That's better than being on
No,
the next.
I
Jerry
would be
Springer.
Mrs. Jerry Springer.
And then we could be like the host and the guest all at the same time.
Could you imagine me being Vanna White? Fuck.
Fuck.
Here's an
I
E.
love Vanna. Vanna is awesome. I mean, she brought.
Vanna's like 80 and she's still doing that shit. She's still churning letters.
Yeah, well, hey, it's not a hard
Dan
one.
could not be a Howard Stern. That would be me, Mrs. Stern. I don't think Dan
Allison?
could do what I could
Was
do.
his wife Allison from
Yeah.
the movie? I remember.
Yeah,
I think they divorced though.
yeah. Oh, Oprah didn't bash her husband. Well, she's not married, Rita, so she doesn't have a husband. Husband is, they're
Patricia,
still
you didn't
not
know
married.
Danielle? I picked Danielle up at a strip club.
Yeah.
I had. How are you two different from when?
Why are you silent?
Oh, I just got a comment, but I was
Vanna-
gonna make jokes, but
because-
then I thought that's not appropriate.
Vanna looks good because
Dan looks good. Well, that's all you got to say. You don't say because. Thank you so much for the share, and the follow would be greatly appreciated. I'm happy.
Bye, Mary. Love you. Oh, shit. Can we do a talk show together, Rev?
Regis and Danielle.
What? You're Regis?
I'm just saying, Regis and Kathy Lee was big for a long time, and then Kathy Lee got replaced or by somebody else. I don't remember who it was.
No. That's not my skincare routine. That would be plastic surgery. Oh my God. Vanna's not retired. Didn't Pat Sajak die? I think he had cancer or
I
something.
don't know. No, I think that was Bob Barker or somebody. I think Sajak's alive. No, the guy
Ryan
from Jeopardy.
Seacrest is taking over the fucking wheel, and that's
Wow.
it. I'm never watching that shit.
You know who
again.
died was Trebek.
He
Alex
did die.
Trebek.
No, Pat Sajak died too. He had like some weird cancer.
We'll know real quick.
Oh, I don't know.
I know Trebek died, and they have all these different hosts, like past champions.
Ryan Seacrest is doing the wheel. Fuck Ryan. Ryan pisses me off.
Why?
Because.
Why?
Fuck. Because he's just pisses me off.
Well, I like
Can
Ryan.
he not just piss me off?
I like Ryan.
Why do you like Ryan?
Because I've seen him like off, and he's just kind of jokes. He's got a good sense of humor. He laughs at himself. I think
Pat's last show's Friday? Shut up.
No more singing. I sing. Check
No.
out my Instagram. I sang John Denver. He was born in the summer of his 27th year.
Stop.
You can check it out.
Ryan I don't trust. I think Ryan is fake as fuck. He's like Ellen, I think.
I don't think so.
Ellen had me.
I don't think so.
Ellen had me totally lambasted.
Not me. I figured Ellen out, but Ryan's not like Ellen. Ellen had that. Fuck, man. Just know she's gonna. I don't get on her bad side.
I wanted
Don't
to be.
get on
I
her
wanted
bad
to be
side.
an Ellen until I found out what kind of person she was. I don't like that.
I don't
She's
think- I don't know
so
if she's
fucking
a-
Twitch out.
I don't know if she's a bad
Twitch
person.
died.
She just-
I think she's a bad person. She mistreated her employees majorly. I would never do that.
What's up, Pop?
Ellen shocked me. And I used to watch Ellen faithfully. I even bought her towels. Ed by Ellen, the towels are amazeballs. I still have them. Oh, 100? Patrice, that's amazing. Yeah. And her guests, I heard she was an asshole. Yeah, that really makes me sad. I was hurt because Pele, I put so much time and effort into her because I thought she was amazing. And the more I see, the more I think she sold Twitch out. Twitch died.
I know, Pop. I'll help you get to bed.
Twitch, you guys. Twitch. To P. Diddy.
That's Pops. Pops are over there.
P. Diddy.
bathroom first?
Yeah.
Okay, go to the left, Pop.
And fucking, what's her name? Who was the other one?
You go to the
The one she was dating before Portia? The one who died in the car crash. Ellen Heche. Anne Heche.
You're done.
Anne Heche. Anne Heche.
Anne
Anne
Heche.
Heche.
No, what about, who was the one that did the poop in the bed?
That's fucking the captain.
Right, Johnny Depp's.
Yeah, Johnny Depp and
Who did the poop in the bed?
Anne Heard.
And Heard.
Amber.
Amber. But I will tell you,
God,
I
love Twitch.
may get in trouble for this, but Amber is.
Dan, but the minute she
I-
said I pooped the bed,
Right, well,
she
that was it
out.
for me,
Dan
but-
was out.
Man, she's really beautiful, Amber. But poop in the bed on purpose.
I think Dan would divorce me if I shit the bed.
On purpose.
You guys, I love Twitch, and I used to watch him and his wife all the time.
Didn't you poop the bed?
No, I peed the bed, but not pooped the bed.
You peed the bed.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me.
So far, no, I did it several times that I did.
You've never told me.
Yes, I did. I put a towel down one night because I was so embarrassed. Not full of pee,
All right, Bob, this way.
but it's happened. I know.
This way, your room is right here.
Madison, it broke my heart.
Sure.
Broke my heart. Twitch had depression, but Debbie, he was with fucking the diddler.
You sit on the bed.
I would.
Can you
You know, I think if I had to do anything to pay back, I would shit on the bed if I had to. I would shit on the bed if I had to. I'm not. You do what you gotta do. Hi, Heather. I know, he was kind souled, and I think he was just a troubled soul, and the diddler got a hold of him. The diddler. And Ellen pimped him out to the diddler. Do you guys not watch TikTok? Oh my God. I loved it, Rita. That was my favorite thing ever. And she's still doing, Allison is still doing dances with her kids, and I love it. I watch her, I support her, because gosh darn it, how difficult is that? P. Diddy, the diddler. To do difficult. And are you speaking français? Oui, oui, just un petit peu. The diddler is P. Diddy. I call him the diddler. Do you guys not know about P. Diddy? If you guys don't know about P. Diddy, I can't even explain it. T.D. Jakes. Remind me who that is. Diddler has touched everybody. I mean, no pun intended on that one. The diddler has touched everybody. You guys, that literally, pained my heart. And Usher, fucking Biebs. I mean, I feel bad for the Biebs. So Diddy, you don't know about the Diddy shit? And Twitch? Oh my God, it's the latest thing. I can't even talk about it. Look it up, you'll see it. What's the Netflix documentary? Who's Winslow? I don't know half these people. T.D. Jakes is the pastor of Potter's House. Oh, I love Twitch. I thought he was such an amazing person. I know. So did fucking Drake, y'all. Did you hear the Drake's new drop? Kendrick? Come on, you guys. Suction Bieber, yes. He was in debt, and Ellen, can't. There's nothing, you notice, Cheryl, there's nothing that's been out on Oprah. Weird, right? Nick and Aaron Carter. I know about Aaron Carter, but what about Nick? You guys, it's so corrupt. I mean, that whole fucking celebrity shit is just so bad.
What are we talking about?
P. Dids.
Oh God. That video is one of the worst things I've seen.
I mean, as a criminal defense attorney.
I mean, I can't believe he didn't go to prison. I just can't believe it. That was beyond, and when you see that on a video, right? I mean, that's not an isolated incident. So
no, he came on Pistachio.
Suction Beaver. That's an old.
Yeah.
That's an old version.
That's why I said that.
Yeah.
But he came on and he just did a what was me thing, P. Diddy came on and
I mean, it doesn't matter. You watch the video, you don't really need any more ever. I mean, I've already made up my mind about that individual because it's all in the video. You can't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he'll get arrested. I certainly think he'll get arrested.
The fucking Kardashians.
Not for that, but because that statute of limitations probably expired on that, but. I believe I can fly. I don't remember who did that. Seal?
No.
He was married to Heidi Klum.
For a minute. Yeah.
Oh, kiss
I'm waiting. Beautiful. So the new Kardashian series just came out on Hulu.
R. Kelly, that's good.
R. Kelly. And I'm going to watch that, but something's up with the Kardashians, and I want to know.
I don't know how long the statute of limitations is in whatever state that occurred. I don't know what state it occurred in, but in any event, it is.
I know, Kim. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about the Biebs. They're pregnant. They don't need this shit right now.
What's going on with the Biebs?
The Biebs?
The Biebs. Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Something going on with the Biebs?
Well, him and Haley are pregnant, and all this shit's coming out with the diddler.
What, Hannah? And Haley?
Haley Bieber.
Who's Hannah?
I didn't say Hannah.
I said Hannah and Haley.
No, Haley Bieber is
like his kid or something?
Yes, and they're pregnant.
They're pregnant.
And all this shit about the diddler has been out, and so he's been laying low.
What does he do with the diddler?
What did he do
He
with
was
the
like,
diddler?
he did songs and
Yes,
stuff?
so he went to the Diddler Ranch when he was like 12 and 13. Usher took him to the fucking ranch and his mom signed him over there.
Okay.
So he has a new song out that he said, I did it all for the car, the Ferrari, and all that shit.
All right.
And he didn't realize he was going to sacrifice his soul for those things.
Interesting. I'll have to listen to that. Are you ready, or do you want to stay on, or what do you want to do?
I have to go to the bathroom, that's why I'm not in my room.
All right, Pop.
Heard his testimony.
I don't know. I didn't listen to her testimony that closely. Courtney's son, Rain, is Bieber's. That's interesting.
So there is a speculation that Rain, because Courtney was with Justin Bieber for a certain time, so they're saying that Rain is, yeah.
I'm sure
Justin
that,
Bieber's.
well, actually, I don't know. I don't know. Well,
It's good drama.
Jimbo. Ask who if he knows Jimbo. Amber is guilty. Amber was liable.
She pooped
It
in
was
the
not a
bed.
criminal trial.
I
If
think
you get
If you
guilty
shit
in a
on the
criminal
bed,
trial,
if you shit on the bed, you're absolutely criminal charges.
I don't think there's a statute about shitting on the bed.
Have you never?
I mean,
come
there's
on.
been statutes about like doing it in the pooper, but not, I think that there was, the statutes were gone like in '67. They had statutes made that illegal, but
I don't even know anything about Gypsy Rose. Do you know anything about Gypsy Rose?
I know that there's a
I
name,
don't
Gypsy
know.
Rose.
Yeah, I don't know her whole story at all, so I can't talk on it. Oh, Pele, that's okay. Will Ed dance? No. I don't care if it was on the side of the bed. It was still a shit on the bed.
Oh, it was on her side, so that makes it okay.
You've been peed on? What the fuck?
Who takes a shit on the bed? I mean, there's a difference between shit in the bed, right? That can happen to anybody, and taking a shit in the bed. Those are
Blame your
two
dog.
separate
Is Jake
things.
still here?
It was not alleged that
Where's
she
Jake
shit
Dark?
the bed. It was like that she popped a squat on the fucking bed
Where's
and
Jake Dark?
pushed it out.
Where's
I
Jake?
don't know where she wiped or if she walked in the toilet afterwards or what, but the remnants were
Okay,
obviously
let me-
there
I
on the
will.
bed.
Because I don't know anything about Gypsy Rose, but I see her on TikTok. Is Jake Dar still here? Because we need to talk about blaming the dog with the shit on the bed.
All right, are we done? I mean, how much lower can we go? We end on Amber Heard. Is that what we were going to do? I'd
Or
rather
Jake
end-
Dar. Jake Dar had a close call too, and he blamed the dog.
Again, we're talking about, I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Always blame the dog. Always blame the dog.
I can tell the difference between a dog shit and a
GSR,
human
you
shit.
said goodnight like 10 minutes ago.
I've been to Connecticut.
A lot, Sarah. There's a lot wrong with us. Where's Jake? Jake's not even here.
Taco Bell.
I can't even talk
I
about
wonder
Jake
if the poop
because
smelled
he's
like a
not
normal
even here.
poop or if there was a bit of Taco Bell aroma in it.
Shit.
You
Did
know
she
how you,
eat
like when
Taco
you
Bell?
pee and you can smell
Was it
asparagus?
IBS? I mean,
I think
was
when you
it?
shit, you can smell Taco Bell, just like asparagus. I think.
I mean,
I'm not sure because I dump them in water and that absorbs
Who's
the.
going low right now?
I know. It's time. I mean, at this point, it's really time. It's time. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you for
I
joining
want
in
you all
Shit
to
Talk.
go and rinse your mouths out with some mouthwash, preferably some, with alcohol, whatever that stuff is, and rinse your mouth out, and we're all good.
Damn
And
it.
We'll start
Don't
again.
let me don't ever say it was my fault in this one. That was you.
All right, that was me. Guys, thanks, and we'll
Oh,
see you
shit.
again
I'll see you in
on
the
Friday.
morning.
And we really have to start picking up.
You
I gotta
throw the
push the
fucking
Alzheimer's
sheets
thing.
away. You don't wash the
If
sheets.
anybody can donate
If there
anything
was
to
a shit
Alzheimer's,
on the sheets,
the link is in
you
my
throw
bio.
it away.
It's directly to the Alzheimer's Association.
Just like a shit in the underwear.
I appreciate anything. I get a notice for every time someone donates, so I see the names. I appreciate it for all of you. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great night.
Hey, y'all, if you ever shart, you throw away the underwear or the bed sheets.
That goes without saying. Don't admit it, just throw the evidence away. That's what I would do.
Good night.
You
I'll
guys
see you
all
guys
have a
in the
wonderful
morning.
night.
Peace.